I think of all the teams who could make a fool of you in predictions, I reckon Sydney's at the top of the pile. You could pick them to finish top 2, they miss the 8. You could pick them to miss the 8, they go top 2. I think this is a difficulty.
Look, they're always going to be a danger because the talent, as Kingy said, through the midfield, but I've actually got them sliding out of the 8 this year.
All right, well, Sydney's the mixed bag that is expected.
The way you describe Sydney is exactly how I see them. I've got them standing on the edge of the precipice. I don't know if they're going to cling on and hang on to a top 4 spot or whether they're going to tip off the other way.
So let's have a look at how they will line up tonight, starting with the Sydney Swans. Players like McVeigh, Reid, Richards, Rohan and McGlynn absent, which gives the opportunity for some of their youngsters.
Contest on offer here. Witt's doing the ruck work for Collingwood. Tippett there as well, Parker. Immediately onto it. There is Jack, sold some very nice candy and goes long and direct. Yes. Frost out, muscled by Buddy. Saw it better. Buddy directly in front.
Oh, this is a great start. Great to see him out there. He's fit. He feels fresh. But that was a great kick. Isolation with all those numbers down there.
Just lost a touch on his body. Here is Buddy. Look at this. They're going to get to him. They've come from all directions. Welcome back, big boy Buddy Franklin. Got a bit of an EPL European soccer look about him, the way he's got the hair tonight. Here's Marley Williams, their regular half-back flanker. He was caught with the foot, he gives away a free here.
Terrific pressure team, always been good defensively.
Yeah, I think forward pressure is going to be a big factor tonight. Parker, again, a nice little lace-out one for Bart. And he wants to mark the spot, Richo, because he's got a feeling he could wind up and kick this.
The house will come down if this goes through.
He was second in the Brownlow in 2014 in his first year at Sydney. He's got a lead that he wants to pick off. And Isaac Heaney was the man. The kick fell well short.
Ball, here's Sinclair. Looks deep, but he's not there. So where does he go? High ball to the Smalls. Sydney on the march here. Almost Jack. Kennedy had the ball smothered. To ground level again. Well done on that occasion by Papley. The first gamer. And another one from Mills. But this one's offline. And the minor score.
Awkward bouncing footy again for Smith and his pile drive. And a really good tackle from Darcy Moore. They're defending for their life back here. Well played, Lloyd. Gained a bit of space, BT, and they'll get out.
They look like they've got an extra or two back there at the moment in Sydney. Cunningham sends a long ball in. Papley bound the first gamer. He marks and he's set on the set shot. No short ball to another first gamer in Hewitt. He too wants to play on. Have they messed it up? Sinclair, what's he got on the left? And you just think the young fellas, one of them should have settled.
Pies would feel like they've weathered a bit of the storm here. They haven't had a huge amount of damage done on the scoreboard, Richo.
Yeah, spot on.
Well, they want to make sure they kick the next one. Lloyd to Sinclair. Browns are really negating defender. Kick around the body was smothered. Going back in and chasing it again was Hewitt. Here comes a young man by the name of Braden Maynard through. Lloyd tried to pick it up. Hannebery did to Mitchell. Mitchell will kick this, I reckon. He's got class. And he's done it, Tom Mitchell. The Swans kick their second goal.
Forward again here, Lloyd. Side 50 around the corner. First game was there again in Hewitt. Couldn't mark it off hands. Robinson did well. The turn, ball over the top. Knocked down, run through, and they goal again. And this time it's Papley. And Papley kicks his first career goal.
Well, there you go. Everyone gets around him. What a moment for him, his first goal. And as I just said, these two guys, Hewitt and Papley, they've been great down there. Papley 4 touches and a goal now.
Look at the 3 or 4 waiting out the back door for Sydney. Unusual handball, but nevertheless effective to Lloyd. Lloyd, beautiful presentation to Isaac Heaney, but he wanted it nothing long here for Sydney.
Yeah, the Pies have got back well here. They'll go for the switch. They've got numbers out this side.
Had some injuries, Isaac Heaney, last year, but he has got the look of someone who could tear this competition apart. And he's that good. And now they have some space. Zach Jones has kicked to Papley there. Names you don't hear a lot of, and mainly because he's on debut. Papley, and that kick was a really good one. And he finds the target intended in Tippett. They'll be really excited with Papley and Zach Jones and Callum Mills getting involved. They're all the new names and new faces. Tippett, he'd love to kick one in the first quarter, and he's just steered it to the right minor scores.
All right, we're ready to go. Umpire Jordan Bannister to let it rip. In the middle of the ground, Tippett again here, won it easily. Kennedy, beautiful hands. Jack, the skipper, immediately out of the middle, long ball. In comes comes Heaney, off hands. Marley Williams was there before it even hit the deck. Out the back, soccer off the ground. Batley, the young fella, has got another one. His second goal.
A horrible start for Collingwood. A centre clearance. Just get the ball in there and something happens. And Papley, he's been outstanding.
And they work it.
Well, they're out here.
And they've got numbers out everywhere.
They have indeed, and lots of space to go with it. Here is a big opportunity. Papley, who's causing real concern. Jack with a caressed little kick to Heaney. And he marks.
Heaney was on his own for 20 seconds then.
Kicks a long ball in now, high ball, and once again it's been marked by Hewitt, the first gamer. So Hewitt almost played late last year, but just didn't quite get in against that really strong midfield that they had, Sydney.
He's had really good form at equal level last year.
For his first goal at this level, nearing the boundary line. And there is the result.
Yes, Sinclair. See him back out there. It's an adventurous kick to McCaffrey and another debutant. They are absolutely on fire. This is Callum Mills. Papley's on fire. He kicks it to Hewitt. And again, the first game is combined, Richo. They are lighting it up here at the SCG. Well, he struck the first one pretty well. He set shot just a matter of about 30 seconds ago. He's had a sighter. During his third season in Sydney, played outstandingly for the Swans in the Neefle last year. And George Hewitt on debut kicks his first, and they get around him from everywhere.
To go, he 1-on-4 there he was, now Sinclair. Beautiful tackle from Hannebery, had to get rid of it. Bannister looking on, Parker now, 1-on-1, but he's got this. He's got this, no he hasn't.
He's going to do it, the skipper. Can he get it back on his left foot? Wanted to find Bud. Bud got cleaned up high again. And he's going to get a free kick. First goal of the game, buddy. In the first 40 seconds of this match, he's dropped a couple since. He loved that one off the boot. Buddy is back, and he's got his second.
So he is just going brilliantly. 709 career goals for Buddy Franklin. What's he got? 7 years of the 10 years left.
Still got 7 to go.
High ball, and here he is again, Buddy Franklin, and I reckon the man sitting next to me, Matthew Richardson, would just be nervously counting these goals off as he edges towards your target of 800, Richo.
Maybe 6, I'll have 8 or 9 guesses at it, but it hasn't been that many.
Just got a little piece of that off the instep, a little, but he still manages to milk it right to left. Buddy's got 3, they've got 5 in a row. Just joined us, Dane Swan. Has an injury, doesn't look like he'll take any further part in the game, we believe. Here's McCaffrey pushing towards the boundary line. He wants the boundary line, won't get it from there. Kept it alive, Cloak. Still yet to touch the ball here. Travis Cloak, and we've played, well, nearly into red time in the second quarter. And that's a rarity in his career. Cunningham receives it half back. They go again.
We're just out everywhere here.
Seem to have spares everywhere, Richo. Hewitt's played an absolute ripper as a first gamer. And now Towers will mark. On offer here for Sydney. Dean Towers likes his work. Goal. 6 in a row, Sydney. Handball. Now Langdon. Careful ball here. Went wide. McCaffrey had it spoiled away there. Now Hannebery. He couldn't get hold of it. Little kick out wide to Cunningham. Tried to mop it up. Side bottom runs it away. Did he take it out of bounds? Yeah, I thought he did. Maynard to keep it alive.
He's competed hard, still side bottom. He hasn't had a heap of mates, to be honest. Alongside him, Blair's working hard, trying to trap it in, but getting back is Kieren Jack. He's been super clean, Jack. Releases Zach Jones. This kick through the corridor, quite where he intended it to go. Marley Williams mops it up there.
Beautiful running in the middle from Greenwood. Picked it up very fluently as well. Didn't get the kick away quick enough. In my book there, Laidler got a little handle. And here they go on the counter-attack now. An opportunity for Zach Jones to work it out wide. He does to Hannebery. There's Buddy. Buddy's going to mark it low to ground. 35 seconds, and this is well within the Buddy range. Let's have a look at him, looking for his 4th first-half goal. Familiar approach. Oh, magnificent hit of the ball! Buddy's back! 4 first-half goals! And Buddy Franklin, amazing kick.
what an incredible half of football. Sydney fans must be delighted, written off by plenty going into the season. And Magpie fans, I'm not sure what that was.
Knocked away. Handball from Greenwood was smothered well by Kennedy. Now Jack just kicks it around the corner. Ramsey was there, but marking contest won by the youngster in Papley. Immediately he goes and fires Isaac Heaney. He too can go around the corner to Cunningham. And they're good. Cunningham from 45 metres out. Strokes it magnificently, Richo.
Interestingly, Josh Kennedy, who has been such a consistent performer for Sydney in his 6 seasons, has had a pretty quiet first half. It's been the new faces who have been all over. Hannebery goes back with the flight, well-weighted kick from Tippett, and Adam Treloar looks up and just says, what is going on at the moment? Averaged 30 disposals last year, Dan Hannebery, in another All-Australian season. He is a superstar player, and he makes no mistake, Hannebery. It's a proud group, it's a proud football club. They have to respond here. At the moment, it is all one way, and a simple goal for Parker, and Nathan Buckley can't believe it. Comes in a half forward. Debutant Hewitt showing some really promising signs as well. Good fist away on that occasion from Brown. Getting back and working hard. Maynard couldn't quite gather it. Tom Mitchell snapped around the body. Mitchell's kick looks pretty good off the boot. It's better than good. It's goal number 3 for Tom Mitchell.
Do you reckon some of them are staying on the ground longer? Here's Greenwood with clearance out of the middle. High footy down to full forward, looking for 4 in a row, the Pies here. Rampe had trouble picking it up, and in the end, they behind. What do you reckon?
But most of the key position players are around the 96-95% mark.
Play on. Tippett down to Kennedy cleverly. Feel the extra minutes in the ruck. It was a good thing for Kurt Tippett. With Buddy back, I think we'll see a lot of it. Cunningham streams forward with speed, and there's Heaney. Isaac Heaney, write that name down. He will be a star of the game, this man.
But have a look at this here. That's Cunningham getting it there. Look at that. He has no pressure on him at all. He's able to run to 60 metres.
He would be really disappointed with this because it's the simple, basic parts of the game that he's been building on. Yeah, he will not mince his words when he gets to them after the game.
Well, Jones does well and kicks the goal for Sydney and does some more damage for Collingwood here. 77-point leaders.
Pre-season you train hard and there's been a lot of positivity around Collingwood, but mistakes like that you just can't explain. No, it's actually just a simple mark drop.
Buddy tested in here, an opportunity if he gets the run behind the Shepherd from Cunningham was impressive, and Buddy goes in. Franklin has kicked 5.
It's going to be a free kick reversed against Harry Cunningham for the Shepherd, so it'll be a Collingwood free kick.
Beautiful little tap from Lloyd. Mitchell gave it back to him, and look at this, they're away. Buddy turns, faces goal, says, I'll take you on, Jack Frost. Frost got him though. Lloyd, now the handball to Kennedy, can go inside. Little kick, they can keep going here if they like. An opportunity for Papley, looking for goal number 3 to start his career off. And he nails it. AFL probably knows Dustin Fletcher pretty well. They're probably in the same maths class at some stage, I would have thought.
She would have spent a few days at the Lakeside Oval, no doubt.
Just check the minutes played here too. So far a total minutes played of 109, and most players playing over 90 minutes or thereabouts, just over. So they all seem to be playing a little bit more of the game. Here's Parker. The fend off, still wanted to go, gave it to Heaney, the right, the left, back on the right, snap over the shoulder, well done. 4 straight here for Sydney. In the 2K time trial, the first time he'd ever lost, and he was jolted by that. Yeah, absolutely he was. I forget who it was, it might have been Sear, I can't remember which one it was, but pinged him by about 5 metres, I'm led to believe. Here's Buddy, full flight. Dainty little kick back inside, trying to pick it up with the one claw Mills. Adams' fast hands went to the wrong player though. Here's Heaney, he wants it. And misses left. Side bottom. Ramsey got it off Pendlebury. Siren sound. Sydney, a thumping 80-point win. A demolition job on the Collingwood Football Club. Welcome back, Buddy Franklin.
It's phrased as, can Buddy win another Coleman? his fourth. But really what the question is can he return to one of the best 3 players in the competition, marked by a Coleman? Or have we seen the best of Buddy?
I think he can. I definitely think he can.
No, I don't think he'll get back into that top bracket. I think Sydney are...
Oh, he's finished, is he, John?
No, he's not finished, but Sydney are searching for too much from Buddy.
Gets it.
That changes now to have Franklin roaming into that midfield. Now, Franklin is a low possession getter. He's only 13 to 14 possessions a week. But what he could do is exactly what they lack.
Buddy looking for his third.
Nail this.
Oh, what a kick. What a champ. He's got the crosshairs on the goals today. He's been very tempted to blaze away on a couple of occasions, but that's perfect spot to the left.
Rampe on his own and pulled the trigger straight away. Things opening up through the middle for Mitchell, straight down to Franklin. A come back at him, but he's in prime position to mark. Next kick not obvious at this stage. Maybe it is to Buddy. It's obvious. Of course it is. Go for goal, Buddy. Go for home and show everyone what a star you are. Leading hard. Tippett the longer option. It was a bit scrappy on the way in. Might suit Buddy this. Got a late run at it. Didn't take the mark. Follows up. Wrong side. It tries to get back onto that left. And he did because he's Buddy Franklin. Did he kick that goal?
Bit of power on display there, Jason.
The row for the Bruno brothers, kicking goals in the same team. That's a good mark by Sinclair. So just over a minute to play, and that's a strong mark by Naismith, who goes to Buddy quickly outside 50 around Doherty. Then around Wiedering, back to Jack, back to Buddy. Brilliant build up. Brilliant football. Is there anyone better than this man? How good was that? The bangs are wide. Mills floats in. Good grab. And land like a cat. Oh, look at Takes off and hits Franklin lace out within range. Buddy wastes no time. This will bring the crowd alive. Oh, baby! How good was that?
Stratton did brilliantly, got it to DeRay. Well, Langford wasn't looking. Not sure what Segler was thinking. And this could really hurt Sinclair. Does he use Franklin? He has to. Buddy, now what does he do? He might go all the way. He gives it a ride. It's a chance. It'll be a goal. You beauty, Buddy. You beauty.
Kennedy, solid. McGlynn. Here's Franklin. Adams feeds back. Franklin! Of all people, you knew it was going to be less. It's late in the game. It's Buddy time. Swans are back in front.
Lloyd, centering kick, disciplined kick. They come from all directions, and Franklin takes the mark.
Oh, that's a great move. And that is a terrific grab going back with the flight from the big fella.
And he comes, and he kicks a goal, and Hawthorn in desperate trouble.
He's happy and he's ready to enjoy his footy. There's no telling what he might be capable of, because when he's fit and running and there's no surplus fat on him at all, I reckon he's primed for a big year.
And again, if he's got that help where it's not all on him, and again, he doesn't go and anchor himself to the goal square, he gets that running game going, that's when he's at his best, not just when he's sitting in the goal square.
Seems to get more shots at goal than everyone else.
Yeah.
What do you need out of Tippett this year?
I need him to kick 50 goals.
50.
I don't know that he plays his best footy just as a key forward, though. I think he needs that release into the ruck.
That's okay.
And I can almost
for
see
bits of
him
that,
and
bits.
Callum Sinclair almost a 50-50.
Does he ever kick 50?
rotation.
There, so Carlton are hitting the target, which makes all the difference. Big Cruiser goes up again. Tippett got the tap. Mitchell up forward. Beautiful mark by Cunningham. Stuck out one hand, held it beautifully. Now the kick is out wide. Oh, another one. It's like the circus here at the moment. Melbourne, Subiaco, West Coast, of course, have been his teams in recent times.
He's more of a forward ruckman, though, so these are what he's got to make his own.
He comes in right on the 50. That never looked like missing. Right through the middle, and the Swans have got there first.
Kurt Tippett deep and Buddy Franklin. Towers looks like he's the dummy half, if you like, though, popping into the shorter space.
Here's Mitchell kicking up towards full forward, and the big arms of Kirk Tippett go up and take a strong mark.
He really has set himself, Jono, I think, for a big year, Kurt Tippett.
Yeah, he has to. He has to nail these opportunities. You can see there from that position on the ground, across all grounds, 8 goals too. So this should go straight through.
301 goals so far in his career.
And hard at it, straight to the ball, and in the back was the free kick to the Swans. Advantage has been paid. And Cunningham's left foot kick is up on the hot spot. It was a laser pass. Harry Cunningham's kick was an absolute beauty. Kicked a couple last week, Cunningham, but Sinclair comes in now for his second of the day, playing in the ruck and going forward. Jared Illy says he is that forward, underline the forward ruckman, and his kick's his second.
But there's been a whistle, and it's going to be downfield.
Yeah, Daisy not happy as well. Lamb with the big U-turn. Daisy was for an easy handball receive on the inside. Should have been an easy goal for the Blues.
Parker to Jack to Buddy.
Away they go. Swans lead up. They've just got the players running down the ground now. Big Towers decides to go short. Mitchell's been busy, always is. Oh, the handball comes into Kennedy. That was far too easy. He got away. You can't let a player of his capabilities just waltz through centre-half forward, and Kennedy makes Carlton pay.
Could have been just the outlet players where the Carlton players had set up for an outlet kick.
Tui back towards Phillips, but he's outmarked by Tippett.
Thank you.
Buddy ignored. He goes straight over his head in towards Heaney territory.
The Blues starting with an extra man in defence, just going with the 5 forwards.
Kennedy read it beautifully. Away the Sydney Swans are go again through Parker. Beautiful kick. They're just starting to open them up now. Papley's kick to Big Buddy, who wants to get in on the act. A big cruiser. Has lifted against Sinclair. Has been good in the last 10 minutes, but Sinclair does it beautifully at ground floor level. Parker lurking, gets it to Heaney, has a snap at goal. That's the one they needed, Sydney, just a steady.
Inside 50. Difficult one to grab. The fist was big from Simpson. In towards Heaney. Gets a cruel bounce, but it's gone over the top. Papley, the boy from Bunyip, has done it again. The middle. Now Sydney all of a sudden. A chance with another one. Up towards Buddy, but he's caught behind. Has to beat a couple. Hannebery will find Buddy. He's got him now. Buddy's away. Wheatering won't get him. Buddy shoots for goal, but he misses. But he's going to get another kick. His last year in an injury-plagued season.
Go nuts, Sandy.
Buddy gets the goal, and Sydney kick clear.
And then you go to their forward line. I mean, we've got 2 guys who've kicked over 200 goals in their career. That's it. You know, Buddy and Tippett. And I'm not sure where Tippett's at the moment. I mean, he's playing in the ruck for the last 12 months. I mean, that's a very expensive ruckman.
The ends of Sinclair in the ruck will be a bonus for them, given the fact they've lost Pike.
Wiedering, Murphy, Gibson, Cruiser. The turnover is complete, is it? Yes, Hannebery handballs over the top. Here's a chance now for the Swans. Good twisting and turning. Jack, so hard to bring to ground. Handball. Even when he was on the ground, he was fantastic. And Sinclair goes bang and kicks his third.
It's not what he ordered, and here's the man of the moment, Kieren Jack. Going short to Buddy, who'll now go back and have a set shot directly in front, 45 metres out.
They're getting towed up at the present time, but they can't let it just to fall away to nothing in the last.
Quite a day for Buddy today, just 6 kicks, make that 7, and now it's 3 goals.
As Parker kicks a wobbly old torpedo. Hannebery got cleaned up there, that hurt. He might have got more shoulder than head there, but that one stung. In the meantime, the kick goes forward up towards full forward. Sinclair does it beautifully again to Kennedy, open goal. And the Swans are now causing a rout. His second for Kennedy.
Down the ground. Towers does well. Is this going to be another one? Robinson, short. Tippett will go back and should kick another goal. Tippett now, kicking for his second. Got one in the first. Leans back on a drop punt and kicks the goal. Swans firing like a belt-fed mortar at the moment and looking to go on with it.
It was fantastic early. Tommy Mitchell. And again, it just goes to 15 to Tippett, and Tippett will line up from right on the 50-metre line.
Lee Parker on centre wing. Another good day for him. Following his 40 disposals last week. He's up to almost 30.
He's been a powerhouse, this fellow.
Yeah, he has. Kurt Tippett looking for goal number 4. 305 in his career. Kicking from 55. It's a big bomb, and it's there. What a way to finish right on the siren for Kurt Tippett. A big message there to every other club. The big men of Sydney are back. Tippett finishing with 4. Franklin with 4. And the Swans are pretty happy.
So they should be, Sandy. Fantastic win, midfield dominance today. Once again, 2 games in a row, their midfielders has excelled.
But I look at their midfield, we've got stars, but they're not a fast midfield. They're not a quick team.
The Sydney Swans look to improve. You look like you're wanting to score more. You look like you're playing with more flair, a bit quicker through the midfield. Has that been a focus in the off-season?
Oh, no, really. It's pretty much just win the contested ball for us. That's where it really starts our game.
I mean, his last season at Adelaide, I mean, he took over 40 contested marks, kicked over 40 goals. He was a star in the making.
He was.
And he hasn't done much since, but last year they've had to play him in the ruck because they didn't have him in there, and he was probably out of form. But he seriously needs to stand up for this because they don't have too many goal kickers. I mean, talk about Heaney, he's just a kid.
Well, I guess the one we want to talk about here is Isaac Heaney, and just what a special young player that he really is, Jono, and he is becoming. He's only his 19th game, and yet this guy is just such a compliment towards to the likes of Buddy. We just see here, we talk about his work inside, how he can mark a ball. We know he's great overhead, on the ground, he can kick goals, but it's his work outside of 50, Jono. He's the second best player as far as getting shots on goal for his teammates.
Sinclair might be a late out. And Cameron Mooney remarked to this gentleman that he didn't think Sinclair being in or out would make any difference to the result, at which time he found out that Sinclair's father was standing next to this gentleman, who didn't take kindly to that, and he backtracked very, very quickly. But Moons, the good news is...
Final selection, boys.
Sydney for me.
West Coast for me.
Oh, it's all set up, isn't it, from the SCG? Enjoy your afternoon watching the combat in action of the tap down, and it came Parker's way.
Because they had a right footer as the next release, which would have kept the ball coming this way for West Coast.
Watch out, Buddy was coming. Sorry, John, I thought Buddy...
No, that's fine. Go for it.
Come up with something special. Kennedy, and his 150th game for Sydney, to full forward. Oh, that man Sinclair!
I like it. And it's going to be paid a 50-metre penalty for a push. I think it's going to bring him round right to the goal line in front. He just rode the contact and he kicks the easy goal.
Which he does now. And that gives Sydney the lead.
He has to be careful, Gav.
Hannebery just tried to whack the kick for Franklin, who had the brush past the umpire on the way. But Buddy's taken the mark and is going to line up for his first. So where they're closing in a bit too. Burns will get to you in a moment. Watch the kick first of all from Buddy Franklin. As he said, 4 goals each week. Out a bit to the left. Lloyd. Williams going to cop it here from Parker, who rose and got it, and now gets it back from Franklin. Now he's got control. Heaney, he's going to jump if he can. He couldn't. Well done, McKenzie. Tapley came flying through. This is pressure. It's pressure stuff. Heaney goes again. Tapley. They just pushed and prodded and eventually prevailed. Very precise kick required there.
Well, it's a risky kick, but a good one because it opens up the ground.
Kennedy, though, doesn't make the most of that, and the Swans eventually get synchronised in their
Well, they're out
plans.
here. They're out here. They should rebound very quickly. Franklin's in space.
Took Sinclair a moment or two just a pulse to realise that they're still going to get it to Franklin, though. 1 goal, 2 so far this afternoon. Can get back on target for his 4 goals, and he can kick truly here. And kick truly he has. Now Franklin. Kennedy and Mitchell pushing wide for the poking kick.
They've got options. They've just got to think their way through it. There's loose players everywhere.
Sinclair, the longest of those options. Hearn comes at him. Sinclair again.
It's a goal.
It is.
Tapley again.
Tapley, Tommy boy, puts it through. That's his second. And that surely is a very, very big task for West Coast now.
Hold his feet again, which is what Moon spoke about pre-game. He doesn't go to ground in a contest. Stays alive. Should have been a better finish from Lloyd. Kenny's pretty happy.
He saw his replay on the screen. Just admiring his own work.
Yeah, just keep your head.
Yo, thumped it out to the delight of Lloyd. whose smile grows a little more after that.
There's here, so close to the goals.
It's past it instead.
So, with the 10-metre protective rule, he could have walked out, done it very, very easily from just a few metres out.
Jenner over 100 games for Sydney.
Crowd talking to him, Hutto.
Yep. The calf injury, wouldn't want to shank it. Definitely wouldn't want to shank it.
Oh, no! You just want to dig a hole now.
West Coast fans are not going to be happy with you.
Kieren Jack just told him about it.
Yep.
Yeah, and I totally agree. When we have a look at their back six across the board, yeah, you've got Shaw who has retired, so he's moved on. Rampe is a solid player. Yeah, and he actually can run and drive the ball quite well.
Yep.
But when you look at Richards and Grundy, I think they, intercept-wise, are quite good. Grundy can take a good intercept mark, but then it's just a chip sideways. And then who's the next one that's going to kick the ball? Because you've got Smith in there and Laidler. Smith's more just your pure stopper.
Yep.
Like he'll play on Cyril and not get many ball, but he'll stop, the best small forward getting it. I mentioned Rampe there as well.
You're saying the ball was going straight through?
He
looks like he's going to tip it there.
Did not look convinced at all. Sets it up instead for Kennedy to go run at it. But
we see that happen a lot, Hutto. Two players want to chip it. They want to chip it.
Tippett has become the Swans' #1 ruckman. But, well taken away by Shuey and Marston. Grundy. Courage. Quick switch is effective. Through the middle. Jack.
Got to use him.
Mills instead more conservative, and then low but accurate for Kennedy. Wants to keep coming. Challenging one for Tippett. It's going to clear his head, but good backup arriving. A fumble initially from Parker. Pokey little kick is good for Hannebery.
There's one more of those inside 50 to a target.
Doesn't have the shot. Heaney to jump. Oh, it's a massive leap from almost a stand start. Mitchell, Hewitt, McLean. Roy. Teddy Richards. Surely not from Teddy. The fullback turned full forward. And doesn't he love that?
Big goal.
And he can celebrate on that long journey back to fullback too.
Exactly. What a run it is for a defender.
Collect as many high fives as possible. Just soak up all the applause.
You get them all. Look, the defenders get around him. So to the midfield. This is a big kick. 1, 2, 3, big launch, wet ball from outside 50, slight breeze against. What a kick. Straight over the umpire's hat, look at that. But there are examples where players couldn't get to it and they just let it roll out.
Shuey to half forward. Richards takes prime position, he did well. Marks in front of Aliir. He's done some good things today, Teddy Richards.
In the middle, looks like Hearn's waiting for him.
Oh, Teddy Richards! What a day he's had off to Franklin. That is a monstrous kick from Buddy! It's a behind. Now Kennedy comes up to take the mark. Another one smothered. Can't take a trick at the moment, the West Coast. It's all happening for Teddy. Get a little poke in the eye. And here he is, Teddy Richards. How many Brownlow votes he's received in the past, Jono? We've got to check that out.
We will.
Teddy's full of it too. He is full of energy. He's had a day out, Teddy.
Killed him, Hutto. He has been the dominant player on the ground for me. Kicking goals, he's taken hangers. He's had 7 contested marks, defensively been brilliant.
I think only Kenny's had a better day than him.
Yes.
Tippett shows his leaping ability, can't take the mark. The Eagles continue to rack up some numbers, but it's not going to mean too much late in the game. Mark not paid. A couple of seconds away from the siren. The triumphant Sydney Swans do it again at home at the SCG. Protect their territory. They're going to be hard to beat up here.
I haven't seen too many Sydney sides over the years, particularly with your time being here, You got some really good young stars coming through, and happily today was excellent.
Yeah. I guess at the start of the year, a lot of question marks about our depth. So for these young guys that probably aren't heard of at the start of the year to come in and make the impact that they have, got George Hewitt as well, who's coming to the team this week. It's exciting to see.
I reckon you would have been about 12 the last time you kicked a goal and took part in the day.
Oh, the last time I kicked a goal, I was in New Zealand playing the Saints. Yeah, that's how long ago it was.
Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thanks, man.
Sure.
They still rely on Grundy and Richards, who have been unbelievable for them. The two key defenders have been sensational for 10 years, but they can't go on forever. So I see some thinness in a bit of their structure.
And we'll be talking about Aliir Aliir quite a bit today. It's a fantastic story. Yeah, it is. Look, it's a wonderful story. There's no doubt about that. He's had some challenges throughout his life, but that's what AFL footy is today. Now it's about doing his job, and we hope he does his job. Big event. Good luck. Thanks, mate.
Thank you very much, Barry. There is Aliir Aliir on screen from Sudanese parents and born in a refugee camp in Kenya. It is a wonderful story, this young lad. And he's been on the list for 3 years now. Good size, good shape, good athletic ability.
And it hasn't been the traditional pathway once he did start playing his football here in Brisbane. He moved over to Perth after missing the first opportunity for the draft. Played as an overager for Western Australia as a 19-year-old in the under-18 carnival, and then was drafted. So fantastic to see him out there. Plenty of family will be here to watch the game today, and so an exciting time for the family.
Great start to Callum Mills' career coming off half back. Time they've turned it over though. Rockcliffe down to a 1-on-1. Here's Aliir Aliir. He had to wait for the ball to come and he did it well. Read the bounce perfectly.
Good lad.
Gets a handball away and he'll feel better about it already. From Baston.
Well, it wasn't a handball.
Gardner punches the handball wide.
That's a clever handball out.
Follows up again. He's another one who I reckon would enjoy these sort of conditions, Darcy Gardner. Mitchell, McStay. Rampe handball, Aliir.
Just long down the line, I think he sticks to.
I want to ask you about one of the forward line players for Lions in the second, Kenji.
Walker flies. Aliir does well to Kennedy, instantly onto the boot, and now Tippett. He's done well to get in behind Dawson. Just had a metre, I should say, certainly not a minute. A moment to try and work with. Didn't try and take the mark. Great understanding from McGlynn to Franklin to Jack. Didn't want to have the shot. Didn't make it much easier for Cunningham. Next in line, McGlynn, who started it all. Brilliantly done. Giving Brisbane the opportunity. Swans defence ganging up. Rampe to Aliir. Back to the middle. Host of Brisbane players there. Stephen Martin making it his own.
Well done, Andrews. Good work from Steph Martin to get back off the ball. I was going to say it was great work from Buddy Franklin. He did enough to close that gap to spoil and then get back on the ball. It's very handy to have the extra numbers there.
Kieren Jack as they kickstart another attack towards full forward. Franklin! Not that time. Rich came spinning through. Out on the full.
Buddy's got this one.
Now, we know he can kick very well for a left footer on that side, but this is very difficult.
He needs a little bit to be out a little bit further.
Yeah, the token,
get a bit of tail on the ball.
The token look inside.
Yep. I'm thinking about it. Nobody's presented.
It's a very ungainly kick off the right boot. And we're going to have a review.
Remember, the ball's got to entirely cross the line, so you'd think it wouldn't have.
Now it
won't be all over the line.
We haven't got a great angle, so we can go back to the goal umpire and what his original umpire's call perception was.
So McStay, three-quarter kick.
Oh, good boy.
Aliir gets in the front position.
I wanted to start by asking you what this guy would think of this guy.
That little guy was just a young fellow from a big family. One of the guys just wanted to be around his father all the time. And you look at that guy now, it's just, who would have thought, a kid from a refugee camp could be, in a different country playing professional sport.
You talk about your dad. Tell me about him. What are your memories?
Very loving, caring man who just loved his family. He was very well known from our tribe, me being South Sudanese, Dinka person, so, it was pretty disappointing when we lost him in 2003.
How did he die?
So Nairobi is the capital of Kenya, so he was coming back to the refugee camp to see us because he was in the army, so he did a bit of stuff there, and then he was coming back to see the family and got in a car accident and my brothers, sort of came and, sort of told me that this happened. And I was like, oh, that, sort of said, that doesn't happen. What do you mean he's gone? Nah, I don't believe you. He'll come back eventually. And I guess as I got older, it just hits me ever more. Like every time I think about it, it's like, yeah.
Still miss him?
Still, yeah.
So you were born in the refugee camping in Kakuma?
For me, it was fun. Just playing sport. We didn't have soccer balls, so we'll try and make that from other balloons and then just get old clothes that we'll rip around and wrap around, and it actually turns out to be a good soccer ball, but whenever we kick one, either, blow up or just go somewhere else. So it got to a point where we'd make 5 or 6 and then just keep a couple reserve for when it actually does pop.
Looks like Parker might be doing a lockdown roll on Daniel Rich. Second quarter then from the Gabba. Lions need to respond smartly, they know that. Aliir got a terrific spoil in there. Ball, Hewitt having the game of his life with 3 goals in the opening term. Christensen with good sheer will, winning the footy or winning the opportunity to get the footy. Rampe tries to counter.
That was fantastic by Christensen. It's the first time I've seen today really thrust in, bang in. He's only a little fella, but he can still make an impact.
Aliir gets it back to the wing for the Swans.
Don't mind that, what he's going to do with his career.
Rockcliffe to half forward. There's Josh Walker again. Grundy all over the top. Kennedy. Cello will throw in. Zorko was one of the ruckmen. Mel. McStay and Aliir.
And somehow hit the miracle torp. They will go forever.
To full forward, Mills high. It meant there was Brisbane players everywhere at ground level.
Big stat. Have a look here. Just gets through the hands. And right onto the sky. Young Mills.
Aliir getting plenty of encouragement. Got the handball to Laidler. Back to the wing again. Welcome back to the Gabba. Every player in the AFL has their story, but this certainly is a unique one. And Aliir Aliir, you have to say, Alistair Lynch, he's really looked quite comfortable out on the field in making his debut this afternoon against Brisbane.
Yeah, he's plied his trade in the NEAFL for a bit over 2 seasons and got his opportunity today, and I think he's been really good at centre-half back. We saw him move forward just in the latter stages of that second quarter, but everything he's done, he looks like he's doing it at the level and at the speed needed for a senior AFL football. So he'd be very pleased, and John Longmire would be very pleased with his first half. So some good news.
Yeah, you made the point that in the commentary that he wasn't rushed into this team. He's been there for a couple of years, and finally the opportunity opened up and he was ready to come in. Now another there as Rockcliffe cleared it back to the wing. Keys being manhandled by McVeigh. Aliir on the job. Did well. Grundy.
How much effect he's had on the game. The total, the sport.
Tosses it up to the square. McStay looked likely. Laidler, the instant handball. Hannebery.
And you know that not much really hurts him.
Zorko, Laidler got the fist in, but McStay was in the right place, and they were breaking forward. Keys, that could have been holding the ball.
Great tackle.
And that is holding the ball.
Really good pin tackle there by Aliir.
Laidler, the man to benefit, gets it long to Buddy in the wrestle. Both hands to it again, but it fell for Kurt Tippett, who couldn't help but kick a goal. The big men combined. Much needed for the Swans. Rampe held at bay. Fumble, not helpful from Jones. It put them all under pressure with the handball, but they get out. Mitchell still rushed. Buddy will take a look ahead. The cupboard bare. There's nothing for him. He'll just kick it. He'll kick it 65. It's all about the bounce. It's all about the wrong bounce for Buddy.
Didn't really consider any other options.
No, it was reminiscent of that huge outside 50 bomb he kicked against Port Adelaide last year. Defence.
Yeah. Bell again. Walker lifted himself in the moment just to get the ball towards his teammate and give them an opportunity to send it forward. It didn't eventuate, but well played by Josh Walker. McStay and Aliir break even.
They've matched them everywhere since quarter time.
And on the scoreboard, 7-6 to 4-4.
Yeah, +3 on the goals tally.
Oh, Aliir is pushing the line, but he's done well. And now they can come out of defence. Robinson, not what he needed, just escapes. Advantage taken by Kieren Jack, had the adrenaline, the momentum, the kick in from Parker. McVeigh, does he pop it over the top to Buddy? He does. Siren looming, so I can't pass.
Yeah, that's right. He doesn't know, but he'll be glad the siren goes. It'll settle him.
And so will his team. Luke Parker, fantastic work, was involved on 3 occasions through that chain.
Buddy Franklin with 4 goals through to his name, and that is a crucial goal for the Sydney Swans to take the margin back to 8 at the final break.
Big reason why I kept doing it because it was my mum. My mum said, you know.
What was your first day of school like?
First day of school, that was yeah, it was tough. I was just like sat down and teachers this and that, like, and I'm just sitting there like not even paying attention. I was like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get through? I don't know what they're saying. I don't know English. I really can't. I can't connect with the other kids because we don't speak the same language. Like, it was tough. Like, and every time I look back on it, I think to myself, like, how did I get through that?
So you fall in love with the sport, and then I hear in your junior days you were racially vilified by an opposition player's dad. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's a tough moment to go through.
It was, because I've never really copped anything like that before. You hear parents scream out something, and I'm just thinking to myself, did they actually say that? The good thing that game was, it was the opposition that actually said, oh, like, you can't be yelling that out, and that just sort of made me, I guess, just want to use my voice and be able to speak for others.
Scooped it up, was able to run the arc and then angle the right foot kick in Walker's direction. Aliir was coming for him, did well to disturb him. Keys was there. Look at those Swans jumpers all around the footy.
Hannebery saying, what was that kick to me? Which side are you on? Whose advantage did you want to put it to?
Buick back to full forward again. McStay down there to fly, which he's been doing all day. Did
that well then.
Hard to take marks on. Christensen goes straight to where they congregate on the wing. Beams was the last to get a tap. Buddy will look up and there's nothing for him at all. Absolutely naught. So he goes backwards and found some resources to utilise. And that's a well-controlled kick up to Sinclair.
They got an extra in the forward line because that man on the mark had to come forward. And he's by himself.
Isaac Heaney, 4 goals a couple of weeks ago.
He's a beautiful kick of the ball.
Just kicked the one last week, as Doom said. Talented player, sublime skills when he's up and running. And it's going to hold its line. Shaped back beautifully for a goal.
Long free kick, high contact.
Barry Hall, Mitch Robinson still out of action.
I think he'll be on the ground very soon. He's having a long chat to the doctors, but he's walking the boundary line, so he looks okay.
Older, and they've got some youngsters out there as well, but his older, more professional team will make the right moves at the right time and come to the fore.
He's kept it.
Great balance.
And now young Dawson leaves the path clear for Beams. Has to work back onto the right boot. Shapes the kick to full forward. Walker coming at it. Aliir, Louis Taylor. It was made for him as it hit the ground, but well done Kennedy. And now Jones comes out, exhibiting the ball. Gave it back.
Sinclair's out
through the middle. Out wide, he missed Sinclair and instead went for Franklin. But he'll take it on his terms. Get it down towards Sinclair. He has to wait. Back to the goal. He just what? Had no energy left. There's no one inside 50, so he's
now there is.
Marcus went forward.
He's bolted forward. And he's got the chance to mark, and he's so very good at that.
That's a first-class grab. Darcy Gardner was there. He bolted when the free kick was given. He took off forward.
Clutch moments. This bloke's willingness to will himself to the ball and to succeed is extraordinary.
And the precious seconds ticked away and becomes tougher now. And that is 4 points hard-earned by the Sydney Swans. A mighty challenge and great respect for Brisbane and their performance today. Justin Lepich, stomach still churning, knowing that while his team was brave, that's one that has potentially got away. The Swans, of course, the more experienced team. They've got the points, and in the end, that's all that matters.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Well, it was a really competitive game of football. Geez, Brisbane just kept coming.
Yeah, they played some really good football. They bet us probably in tight with the contested side of the football. That's what we pride ourselves on. And they played 4 quarters, so it was a real grind for us and lucky to get the win, but we're happy with that.
So is it accurate to say that when you first came across Aussie rules, the coach said play in the ruck or forward and you didn't know what either of those words meant?
That's true. That's true. I probably would have been 16 when I first got involved in AFL, and I didn't really know what AFL was. And then he said, oh, do you want to play ruck or forward? And I was just like, yeah. and I didn't really answer his question. I was just like, yeah, I'll play.
Aliir Aliir playing his first game today. It was a fantastic story. The players would have got right behind him.
Yeah, for sure. He was outstanding today. He was really composed, and I know he's super excited for the game, and we're wrapped up the first Sudanese player to play for the Swans, and yeah, hopefully he can keep going this year, and he fitted straight in, so looking forward to playing a lot more with him.
Let's hope he does. Good luck.
Cheers, Baz. Thank you, mate.
Bit of a different role for you. You're playing a lot more in the ruck. You must be enjoying it.
Yeah, I am. I'm getting used to it. Yeah, you know, you're always in the play, always around it, so, you know, trying to have an influence and help give us a bit of momentum.
And you and Sinclair's been a really good duo.
Yeah, love working with Cal. I think we complement each other, and it seems to be working all right.
And the midfield again was outstanding. All the leaders stood up when the time counted, and Buddy kicking 5 doesn't hurt.
Yeah, definitely. We got challenged today big time, and the leaders stood up, and big Bart up front. So, you know, we'll have to work on a few things, but I think we're rolling along all right.
It's a great effort. Well done.
Cheers, thank you.
As we go to the break, great scenes there with Aliir Aliir and his family and friends. Got a lot of people there to
it's great.
To congratulate
I love
him.
the red hat. That's so cool. His friend there over the fence.
They can't afford guys like that going back because defensively they're just not good enough.
They were the second quickest team on counter-attack last year. I know that'd surprise you.
Yeah.
Going coast to coast, they're the second quickest to do it on average. So I think that sometimes what we see, we get locked into seeing. They've got some.
But between Sam Reid and Gary Rohan, we just haven't got the footy out of them that we've wanted to over the last few years.
Sometimes you don't.
And here we go, Hawthorn and the Swans.
And a good one too, goes very high. Tippett puts it down behind. Kennedy goes after it. Good to see him back.
Handball away, Puopolo down low. Hartung again, across the face. Grundy takes the mark. So much talked about Grundy, as Richo told us. After last week, Rohan, lovely to see him back. First game at this level. He's played 3 matches in the knee full.
Field need to be flexible and have a team defence attitude.
Puopolo bruised, running the gauntlet, gets it back to Puopolo. That's a brilliant tackle by Heaney. It's hard not to tackle Poppy high at times.
In the back, Sydney.
So Grundy doing well there.
Hawks fans booing Buddy Franklin, but they will tell their grandchildren about it.
To Hill, who's been busy.
Away goes. In other words, half thought, ill-directed. Grundy, he's done it okay. Finding the football. Gunston, O'Brien, Puopolo, close to the boundary. Down to the pocket, Tippett goes back. Having a pretty good season, Tippett. Makes the mark to Rampe.
Yeah, that's very expensive, right?
Well done, Tippett. Mitchell, slick one. Parker, can he find a way through? Now McGlynn, runner inside. Not the man you'd want, Sinclair. Still managed to give it across to Hannebery. Hannebery goes to the pocket and Franklin takes the mark. Looks towards the middle, Franklin, and finds a teammate rolling.
3 games back in the knee full. Be a great way to get his season started with a goal here.
Should kick it. Nicely done. Sydney lead. Langford gave it to Segler. Now Shields comes away. This will be interesting. Rampe, can he mark it just as well? Gunston is dangerous in that situation.
Cut off in the end. Well done by Frawley. Burgoyne running hard. Hawthorn's last little chance. Great mark, Teddy. Well played. Courageously, and he's hurt, I think.
He had a helmet on last week.
Yeah, so
he hit his head on the ground. Such a courageous mark. And then it was just as he went down.
Wow, that is a heavy hit, isn't it? He's put the thumb up to suggest there's no structural damage, but he's
still have that effect on him. That's the concern when you have a knock like that and you stay down for that long.
Well, he was able to move the neck from side to side, and he looks much more comfortable now in terms of the body language as he's coming from the field. So some thinking for the Swans to do. What a great mark by him, by the way. I mean, under the pump, didn't know really what was coming, and able to maintain his eyes on the ball. So
the AFL. One of the good guys. Kennedy floats it down towards the pocket. Tippett takes the mark. What a clever kick. This will be a handy one. Early in the second term. Gun barrel straight. Sydney kick away, they lead by 12 points. Apart from the first 10 minutes or so when Hawthorn were dictating the terms.
Heath Grundy having a big influence on this game.
And there he is again, Cam, right on cue, and a good hand to Smith, to Jack, released on the right side from him. There's a beautiful kick by Jack to a magnificent young player. What a mark under pressure.
They've got some poor kicks down there, and they have to look at that mix. There's no doubt about that. Laidler, Rampe clears the ball. He doesn't hit targets, he clears the ball.
There's Hartung running hard, aggressively. Down towards left half forward, sends it long down towards full forward, drifting back, big leap by Bryan, couldn't hang on. Gunston, tackle by Rampe, great tackle, got him down. And the umpire says held to him, a ball up.
Dane Rampe, as far as defenders go at Sydney, one-on-one defenders, probably their best defender. Plays tall, plays small, that is a great tackle by him.
To the pocket, drives it towards the outer side, Heaney over the top almost. Gunston trying to get a hand pass out of there. Heaney, brilliantly done. What a hard ball. Releases Franklin. Steps around his mate Lewis. Runs down towards half forward.
They know each other so well, don't they?
The candy there.
You enjoy that too, buddy. Just you'll let Jordan Lewis know all about
it. Hannebery. In characteristic fashion, got it to Jack to Jones. Sends it long inside the forward 50. Coming at the football, Brand dropped the mark though. Slapped away by McGlynn. 25 metres out. How will it bounce? I think he'll go through for a goal. Ben McGlynn.
Dominating in the air at the moment, the Swans. Contested mark. Grundy's taken 4 intercept marks now in this game. You can see there, Burgoyne worried about Heaney's marking strength above his head.
Duck, I reckon if you talk all night, you'll be cracking by then. So Heaney kicks to about 20 metres, 15 metres. Sinclair couldn't quite hang on. Ball squeezing out. Kennedy, quick kick away. He's got a second, has he? He's got a second, has he? Little Benny.
And the transition, yeah, they are, but the opposition are doing it just as good, if not better, now. So I think that's where they maybe opened up a little bit defensively throughout the year.
Poppy, who half volleys. Neat-looking kick. Gunston's been quite Rampe's been outstanding with Grundy in the back half so far tonight.
Yeah, been really solid. Those one-on-one 50 balls.
That is a good spoil. Timing, closing speed, a lot.
Almost got a free kick. Bruce falling to the ground. Langford in trouble. Hewitt, that's holding the footy.
Brilliant tackle. Absolutely brilliant tackle.
Hannebery takes the advantage. Set shots. Their first 4 set shots they missed. They got their next 3. Dennis said at one stage all their scores were from set shots. This is a good effort by Sydney to get it to Mitchell. And then Mitchell going along now. Rohan, he can get around Giray. Oh, he doesn't have to, but he will now. That's a sensational mark. End-to-end stuff against the Hawks. That's big. That's 3 goals in his match coming back.
When you attack the contest that hard.
Hewitt did well. He shrugged them off there. And here's a chance. Maybe the long run again. No, decides to go with a brilliant kick. It gives Rohan, who's so quick, every opportunity. Franklin's set it up. Rohan kicks his second, and they kick away. Buddy came down yesterday with Stewie June and went and saw his great mate Ruff. He went and had a good chat to him. And tonight, he's a man inspired, isn't he? Possessed.
Attacking every contest, set up the goal for Gary Rohan. Burst through and then a beautiful kick out in front.
Tippett, clean possession. Down towards Leonard. 11 points the difference. Hawthorn commanding the game at the moment.
Head-to-head there. Gunston this time makes it 3 for him and Hawthorn within a kick. Gee, big turnover here, and Zach Jones with a chance. He's only kicked 2 goals in his career. He's a half-back flanker. Gee, struck it well. Has he got the trip? I don't think he has. It's a mark. Tippett's got it.
Review complete. Confirm mark.
Okay. Good call. Good call.
Yep. The fact that helps, doesn't it?
Yep, and Tippett goes. Gets his second. Stratton did brilliantly, got it to DeRay. To Langford wasn't looking. quite sure what Sinclair was thinking, and this could really hurt Sinclair. Does he use Franklin? He has to. Buddy, now what does he do? He might go all the way. He gives it a ride. It's a chance. It'll be a goal. You beauty, buddy. You beauty.
Let's go, boys.
Strange ever. I think Franklin's had one kick in the last half. This is it.
Yeah, that's right.
What a kick it is. Only Buddy could just size up from that far out and go, you know what, I'll just bang it home. Larko saw him do it for so many years. He doesn't like seeing him do it tonight.
Langford forced to kick in a hurry. McAvoy, well played, Tippett. Jack, Heaney. Tippett's been a fine player. That was an important touch there. Heaney, Hewitt, making a real mark. Back to Jack. Sparkling form early in his career as a Hawk and missed the grand final win. And gives to Franklin. Oh, that's sweet. That's a beautiful thing. It really is. You pay good money to see that.
North Melbourne's percentage on top and undefeated. Bit of an anomaly too. Holding the ball against Lewis. And Hewitt's been terrific. The longer it's gone, the better this young man has played. George Hewitt. Put a tick alongside his name. To Smith.
Hold Luke.
So
Hold it.
a big rebounding win here for Sydney. Humbled really on this ground, just careless last week. They won't get the 4 points back from that, but tonight they've redeemed themselves. Segler comes over the top, takes the mark, plays on. Mitchell goes down the boundary line. Mitchell, and that tackling machine that is Hannebery takes him across the boundary line.
Been superb tonight, Dan Hannebery.
And Langford on the left foot to full forward. Good mark by Laidler. So Hawthorn, rather, Sydney do not play another game of the MCG for the rest of this season until the finals. To win tonight was absolutely so important for them. They've got a bit of a phobia about the ground. This is going to give them... Oh, nearly! Hope he's all right. Langford trying to barge, and they do win. And Heaney looks like he's okay. They lost Richards early. Franklin provided some incredible highlights. And this was so important for them to win at the G against the Hawks.
Minson slams it straight down to Jack. Rose edged under it illegally. James Rose free.
Plenty of numbers back, the Bulldogs. So Franklin deep, but he's got 3 or 4 Bulldogs in front of him.
So Towers is the other one who's got the height to grab a mark. Heads into the pocket for Franklin. Delightful.
Well, that's amazing. And that was just a quick kick to take the other players out. They didn't mind that they were kicking it deep in the pocket. They just wanted a one-on-one.
15 seconds.
There's his career. Well, he's shaped to go a boomerang initially. Still thinking about it. Don't see him kicked in too often. Well, it's taken 15 minutes, but Buddy's turned up. Rose under it, Parker under it, Suckling under it, Adams to take it away.
Nobody to kick to.
Has to go backwards to Daniel. He doesn't. Keeps it in the pocket. Danger. Well, he gave it to Dixon knowing that he had no prior if he was caught. And he got caught and got done for ball. And each time the ball has gone to ground.
Gee, you got a feel for Tory Dixon there. That was just a hand pass to nothing.
McVeigh opens it up, bends it back. Oh. Sensational. They play an extra man normally up at the stoppage, but they are fierce as one at the contested ball. Stringer all the way out of the middle.
Far.
Time on, too far.
He kicked the goal, but he ran too far, and the goal umpire got polished. She nearly got put 5 rows back.
Yeah, he wasn't a little bit too far. Humped inside their defensive 50. Quick play on. Lloyd, McVeigh. Franklin. Too strong and too good for the youngster at the moment. One-on-one. He's just a little bit too strong at the moment. Opens it up from the paint and kicks it Franklin style.
And looking solid. Jones, McVeigh, Jones, down the corridor. Laidler squeezes it wide. McGlynn, race on. Biggs goes to ground. McGlynn kept his feet and kept it in front. Goes back to Rose. Sidesteps, delightful. Hits Franklin.
Gee, that's great play from Rose, isn't it? Well, we're going to get a good look to see if on this side of the ground the tail returns to the end of the kick.
For goal number 50 for the season.
Great view of it.
Sun's gone down, but he's starting to light it up. On the spot, the umpire, not even the crowd thought it was a throw. Franklin sits under this. Eastonwood, Adams with the fist. Danger, Hunter. Kicked off the deck by Parker. He squeezed that in. Threaded the eye of a needle.
Gee, that was close to the padding. I thought that hit the padding on the goalpost.
3 possessions in this string of play. Swans are out. Jack. Lloyd, good spin. Rowan's out wide. Might go for the big leap. Holds his ground. Tried to pluck over the back and go. Dragged down. No free. Here's a free. Rowan's ball.
Having some sort of quarter of the bond, just 11 possessions.
Lance Franklin, he's the go-to man. Rises, hands on it. Wallace, Daniel, shakes off.
What a kick.
Bontempelli!
What a kick from Daniel.
He's been here before, this bloke.
Marcus, that's the line.
And he plays on quickly. How about
Johansson.
Johansson with 30 seconds left, maybe for the game. Straight back in, and this for the match. To the booze. Struck it pretty well. He's living the dream.
What a great moment.
What a phenomenal finish to a classic.
How is that kick under pressure?
Siren's going to sound. Swans fans can only watch and weep. It's a win to blow your mind for Bulldog fans.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and probably to address what's sort of happened the last 24, 36 hours. It hasn't been nice. I've been pretty disappointed the way that the situation's been put out in the public eye. But what I will say is my priorities of support are firmly with my partner and my little brother, who I love and care for very much. The level of support that we've given each other, on top of friends, other family members, teammates, the Sydney Swans in general, it's probably highlighted to us how lucky we are that we've got those people in our life. So that's all I'm going to say on it. It is a big week. Someone told me it's my 200th game this week, so I'm happy to talk about football, but I'm not going to get caught into commenting in any way, shape or form on the family matter.
They were set to go. Opening bounce, 3 umpires tonight. Back to just the 3. Smith wins it down, taken by Parker. He hooks it towards half forward. Mackie on the way down. Enright in real trouble here. A couple of revolutions. Either one of two can take the free, and fittingly, he pulls rank as Kieren Jack. He's got the free. Forward end of the square, looks inside the 50, sets it towards the pocket. Franklin comes hard.
Compete hard, bring the ball to ground.
So Jack again, don't tell me a goal coming up, I think it is. Yep, he has. 200th game. And have a look at the reaction. We know the week that he's had, Kieren Jack. Stu Bolton talked about the character of the guy pre-match. Well, he pulled rank a moment ago and took the free kick, and, a remarkable start. A remarkable start. Going to be against the Colin Jassie's handball, not good. Selwood, Cat's a bit sloppy early. Jack's been so important. Franklin going hard with Lonergan. Well played by Franklin. Parker again, Enright, terrific. No free kick for the Cats. They were a bit stiff. Franklin wraps up Enright.
Things off. Naismith gives it to Kennedy. It's a really hot potato in there. Mills is over the football, rolls out the back. Naismith did okay. Gave it to a teammate there in McVeigh. It's going to be down the ground. It will be taken by Papley.
So Sydney attack again. Papley quickly. Franklin well placed. He ragdolled Lonergan.
Buddy turning that one into a mark. Sydney have started well.
Kicked 49 goals against the Cats, a lot of them for Hawthorn in famous matches. Make it a half century. Big start.
Lonigan. This defence has just about seen everything, but amongst them they make a mistake. Knocked away by Richards. It goes out of bounds. So much for their coolness under pressure. Right now tested at every level.
And it was
Clark won the tap, did well. Duncan's handball, didn't get very far. Sinclair. Towns as well. Hannebery flicks the handball out to a dangerous territory. Mills got a high tackle, no free kick. Kick to full forward is a good one. It's a goal. It's a goal. I think it might be his first too ever. It is.
They're just not making opportunities up forward for the men bringing it out at the moment. Half the battle. Here's Jack, who started brilliantly from left half back. What a fight on this one. Reaching over the top. It's slapped towards the boundary by Rohan. Good enough.
the fat side of the ground.
So Jazzy opens it up even more. And then Henderson wide. Neat looking kick, but oh, that's a good mark.
Go through.
Taking the Murdoch's a left footer. Decides to go wide. Good fly early from the front, but not coming for Selwood. And Lloyd to bang it away. Is it going to come back? Not quite.
Wrong foot's Franklin. He's been a good player. The longer the season's gone, the better he's played. Henderson kicks inside the forward 50. Aliir takes the mark. Very impressive.
Outstanding grab by Aliir to read the ball in the air, the flight of the ball, but then to back himself and take the mark. Only in game number 3 of AFL footy. That is a terrific sign for him.
Puts it down towards half forward, arriving quickly. Menzel slips a hand pass away. Oh, brilliant tackle by Rampe. Wonderful, wonderful. The arm came out, and that arm has taken down better men than Rampe, or so we thought, but Rampe is the best we've ever seen.
Doesn't have a whole heap of shots on goal. Kicked a couple this year. Massive kick. Needing a steadier. Has he got it? He has.
Didn't take it the first time. Slapped away by Taylor. Taken by Motlop. Runs to 45. Harmless kick though, marked by Rampe. What a good defender he's become. Comes out to Hewitt at right half back. Kick two. Now it's a problem for Menzel. High ball going back with courage and doing brilliantly. Rampe sung his praises all night.
Interference, Sydney.
He's really developed into something, Rampe.
Geelong have lost a little bit of their forward structure. Sydney have now got that spare and it's having an influence.
Trying to work their way out of defence, will probably do so. Towers turning, looking. Oh, Towers, well, he gets away with it. Jack's kicks a beauty. They might be in here. Papley banging for goal and getting it home from a long way out.
No doubting that one. As high as they come. And Sydney, as we said, a great response by a high-quality football team. And I've loved what Hewitt's done this year. He's come in and had a real impact in a mature team. It's been terrific.
Should kick it. Does kick it.
But they've done well. Cockatoo, that's dropping a footy. Oh, no. Enright kicks the ball inside the 50. Oh, again, Rampe so courageous.
And with great contact, paid the 50. That's all right, paid the 50.
Geez, a good young player. I mean, I say young, he's mature age, I know, Rampe. He hasn't missed a game for such a long time. He's played 87 out of 89 possible when he started.
Courageous Rampe, he's a good player. That's just so silly from Mitch Clark, giving away another inside 50 to Sydney.
Gee, that was so well done. Motlop's kick. Aliir coming back to sort of help Rampe. Rampe's been dominant, hasn't he?
Absolutely huge impact in the second half of this second quarter in particular.
Okay, Mackie got the kick away, but not good, and Mills takes the mark. You think of the 4 rookies playing for Sydney tonight. Mills, Aliir, Hewitt and Papley all making good contributions, aren't they?
Footy aggressively. Looking down towards half forward. Doubling back is Clark. Found the tempo very hard to adjust to tonight. Tough coming into this game after a long break. Rampe wins a hard ball. Aliir a short pass. Hannebery, 19 possessions now. Mitchell. Hannebery. They stay off him. Do that. That's a peril. Richards gets it across to Kennedy. Long kick. Will it bounce through? Just the wrong side of the post. But he missed the ball. It ran on. Taken by Clark. Swings it down towards half forward. Grundy, the veteran, thumps it away. Mitchell once more. Imposing himself on the game. Hannebery, ditto. Gives it to Parker. Full-chested. A little kick towards half forward. Good enough. Kennedy, well, touched off the boot there by Enright. Grabbed by Lloyd. And Lloyd kicks a goal.
As you said earlier, Bruce, closing in on the game's record holder for the Cats. He's up to 323.
Hold the ball.
Fair call.
Sydney.
Yes.
Hold there.
Enright, 100th game here, as Dennis mentioned earlier, 17th goal at the ground.
Move it on. Play on.
So Parker having a terrific season and a very good night. Grundy. So let's see if Geelong can build from that. Mills, well, they've got a chance here. Hawkins, gee, Mills did well there. He got the big ball down. That's not easy to do. Grundy looking for Kennedy's run. Gets to Lloyd. Lloyd was the goal scorer in this quarter. High ball. Franklin with a chance here. Pushed out, but he did well. Jack tucks it under the arm. And yes, rolls it home. Charlotte's going to be pleased with that one.
Here's the brilliant tackle from Callum Mills. 28 kilos, the difference there between those two men, but Mills was not going to let go.
Swings a dangerous ball, not a good kick. Selwood lurking, terrific tackle, holding the ball up here.
Incorrect disposal. Took the tackle off.
Now Mackie, an experienced hands. Mackie kicks inside the forward 50. Well played by Grundy at the back. And Rampe, oblivious to that good work. So much courage, comes back, takes the mark, gives it to Mills. An inspirational tackle about 4 minutes ago, set up a goal. And right now, Geelong just clinging in this game. Kennedy comes to Jack. The margin is 23 points. Bearing in mind, Geelong have only 6 goals. Or is it 5, Bruce? 6 or 5? I can't.
6.
There you go. Can't read it. Ball goes towards the outer side, sliding in. The mark is taken by Franklin. Wants to go immediately. Brilliant kick. And Richards takes the mark about 40 metres out directly in front.
All Dane Rampe down back, influencing the play every time he goes near it.
Teddy Richards has 1 goal this season. Has he got 2? He has multiple goals, the first time since 2008 for that man. So Rohan. Outstanding by Sydney tonight so far. Fast start, pulled back, and found the wherewithal to go again, as Rohan does here. Kicks it long, turns the defence around. Some holding on behind. Panic. Duncan grabbed Parker.
See the 3 Geelong players on the right of your screen. Panic.
Well, I think Duncan thought that he was Warwick Kappa. Parker would be pleased. Kicks the goal. Couple, and now he's scurrying around the outer side. Kicks it down towards half forward. Going back McVeigh. Aliir, perfectly positioned, comes away with the footy.
And strides away purposely to centre wing. Cockatoo was good a moment ago. Parker breaking the tackle, releasing Mitchell back to Parker. Wants to go to Kennedy, does. Kennedy's in scoring range. Goes for it and gets it home. Team footy by the Swans.
Well, Rampe did not. Cockatoo, half chance. Rampe just wrenched it back, wanted it more. Mills gets it across towards Jones. Awkward bounce, and now they're out. It's 3-on-1. Mitchell wants to run at the defender, has a couple of bounces. Not the quickest man in the world. Papley comes up to assist, not required. Brilliant kick by Mitchell. And Franklin has taken the mark in the left full forward pocket. Just backs off. Well, this is slack. Rose is marked.
Kick 1 tonight. Gee, he struck it all right. He struck it all right.
Flushed it.
He's flushed it and kicked the couple.
Richards and Collingwood. Collingwood works in front of Richards. Richards, did it stay in? Well, some of the ball did, obviously. Rowan's got the ball now. He kicks from left half forward, long down towards full forward. Papley is going back, and he takes the mark.
Read the drop of the ball, just protected the space. Good mark. Well-deserved goal.
Papley comes in and kicks the goal. He's got his second. Well done.
Got to be Naismith. Good tackle, Cockatoo, but Naismith's done his role with all those tap outs. Aliir Aliir. I'm not sure how many mistakes he's made tonight. not too many. That was so smooth. Kick by Grundy, cut off. Cockatoo off a step. Poor kick. And Mills has been quite superb.
On his tank, and he'll be a very, very good player.
You think of the ins tonight. Papley, Aliir, Naismith and Richards have all been good ins, haven't they?
Jones, another young player, well played. Showed too much of it to Enright, who punches it towards Mills. Enright kept coming, well done. Mills, though, he's stronger than he looks, I've got to say that. Hannebery, Lloyd, we've seen evidence of that tonight. Here's Jack. Towards left half forward. And they're just rubber stamping this victory now. Even Dangerfield, so good, so brilliant early. But eventually these guys have just outworked their immediate opponents.
Might get that third goal, Den Jack.
Fielders in all of those areas.
And you're a man qualified to talk about it. Did all of that. There goes the kick from Jack. And he's got it. That's fitting, eh? First goal and maybe the last one. Well done, Kieren Jack.
Gee, that response as strong as it was for the first goal, maybe a little more, eh? And I reckon he nearly teared up there, Lingy, to be truthful.
Yeah, you're right. Would have been a week that he would have absolutely hated, wouldn't have wanted any of that being played out in public. But he's done what he does best. He's played good footy.
34. So they closed him down. Really, that was the end of any section. Selwood finishes up with the football. Sydney finish up with a victory. Stirring stuff. Kieren Jack, broad smile. 3 goals tonight. Shrugged off the problem he had.
A really emotion-charged night in the rooms afterwards. What was the feeling like?
Yeah, it's a pretty special win to go down there and have, I guess, the crowd against you and everyone against you and come away with a win. I think we've only won before this, 1 out of the last 10 times we've been there. So, yeah, it was a really special occasion for Kieren and for all the boys to get around him. And, yeah, great moment and really good to set up our season. I think it was a crucial match. It's one game between 2nd and 8th, really. So, yeah, it was really crucial to set up our season.
I get worried defensively because watching the sides that I think they'll be around this year in that bracket that we're talking about, that logjam.
12 wins, are they, John?
Yeah, possibly.
Big matchup. Sammy Fisher, he's been out with that hammy for a fair while. Back in the last few weeks, and he gets Buddy Franklin.
Yeah, he looks to have him deep. I wonder when Buddy comes up and plays higher, whether it'll be the same matchup. Not so sure. Here's Jack Stevens.
Absolutely, Welshie.
Hey, what kick. That's why. That's just sailing into what in his hands. Hannebery likewise. Here's Buddy now. This is Buddy range. Make no mistake, the man on the mark is 49.
If Buddy kicks this goal, we'll have a look at what Gary Rohan did to give Buddy the space to get out on that lead. He got him 5 metres there, Rohan.
Beautiful on this ground.
Oh, this is just perfect spot for him, and that's a goal. No problems at all. Buddy Franklin makes it 3 apiece. It's interesting, Welshie, with Hickey, because he had trouble in the warm-up and left the warm-up just a little earlier than the other players. So what do you think? Could be something to do with that?
Yeah, he did come off limping quite badly at that quarter-time break. Went straight down the race, as I said. Still is yet to come up as well, boys. So I'll certainly keep you posted if he does.
Franklin, superb. Gary Rohan inside 50. Got it to the goal square. No one home. Dempster overran it. The fend off from Richards. Turnaround goal. Scores a level. Parker gave him a lot of time. Kennedy with the flick on Robert and ran past it. Now Papley keeps his feet. Very evasively effective. Kick to the square is good. And Naismith has taken the mark. Just for his 2nd career goal here, the big fella. Directly in front. Shouldn't miss this. And he hasn't. So Sydney lead it by 7 points.
They can't pierce the skin though, the daddy long legs.
Mitchell, Hannebery, short little ball, Buddy. Now, tricky kick for Franklin here. We know this is the left to right slider, but with his left boot, he likes to hang it out left.
He does, Buddy Franklin, but if anyone can kick it, he can kick it. It was a nice pass from Dan Hannebery, under pressure. Again, just lowered the eyes, brought Buddy to the ball, and he's dropped a little bit behind Josh Kennedy, so he'll want a few tonight and just get back up that Coleman medal ladder board.
That's how easy it is when you're as good as Buddy Franklin. Franklin, Mitchell, the man you speak of. Long driving ball, good position here. Richards, Dempster did well. Support from Savage, went to ground, dragged the ball in. Needs to get rid of it. Hewitt to Papley. Papley with a snap, got it. Sydney have got their fourth of the quarter. Out wide, time and space here for Parker. 55 metres out. Buddy Franklin closing. And look at the post wobble there from a Buddy hit. Look at it.
Still going.
It's shaking out of its foundation.
Thanks, Tom.
Still going. He's a big man, Buddy.
It didn't hurt Bud.
John Nick.
Bud's sweet.
Play on. Yours.
5 point Sydney lead. Incredible half of footy. Mark paid. Siren sounds. I always thought he was more of a halfback, but kick inside here. Parker gets it and goes. Lines up, handball over the top. Nankervis this time. No mistake. And Sydney lead by a whopping 28 points. Hannebery snatched it. Now Jack. Buddy with a one-on-one.
Too big.
Strong.
Too good. Because if he was back, he definitely would have impacted that, wouldn't he?
Gee, Sam Fisher sitting on the bench. I wonder what he's thinking of when he sees Franklin come in and take control here. Roof shut, Nankervis, Stephen will need to play a blistering second half to bring the Saints back in the hunt, but they continue on here. Smith, kick forward, Rohan disposed of his man. Fisher got cleaned up. Buddy came through, almost walked over the top of Fisher. Play of the year. Fisher's out cold. Buddy steamrolled.
First half by the Saints, but Sydney have just been able to sustain it for longer. And throughout this third quarter, got the sense that they've just broken St Kilda open with their ability to just keep playing their style of football.
Oh boy, this is no good. Look at the Sydney jumpers running forward here. Rohan can go over the top. Buddy wanted it, didn't get it. Goes to Papley. Over the top, Franklin is going to waltz in and kick goal number 5. Buddy Franklin with 5. Buddy. Loves his footy, I'm led to believe.
Yeah.
Buddy Franklin, I would have thought he's a guy that didn't care too much.
He's a footy head.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I didn't either. Yeah.
No, he just loves it. He studies the footy. He loves it.
I thought he was someone who just went out and played the game, just played free, but watches a heap of footy and obviously very good at it. But
some players don't watch a lot of other games, do they?
And quite a good strategist and understands the philosophy of what the coaches are trying to achieve, which is something I didn't think he'd be involved in either. But
well, he reads it so well.
Been good this year. George Hewitt has played. This is game number 18. He's kicked the 12 goals. An excellent season.
We'll need to kick this 50 metres, maybe just under. And that's pretty good. That'll get there. No problems. Hewitt goals, 47-point Sydney lead.
And the team, how have you seen his night?
Oh, he's just been outstanding. I mean, that's just going with McCartan on the lead, spoiling, keeping his feet, and then clearing it. Then that was the next play. That was the next entry forward, half of the ground, intercept, got it moving, makes the right decisions.
I love his composure.
Took a good one-on-one mark there against Bruce, so he's covered all bases there.
That's true.
A few fiery boys out there.
Robertson. Yeah, we've got someone on the handle of that. Kick out wide to Franklin now. This is well and truly within buddy range. Oh, gee. Tough call. Franklin for goal number 6. No problems at all. Just getting a little edgy here, both teams at the moment. Again, shakes Aliir Aliir. Akers through the eye, diddle. Minchington didn't have the strong hands.
High contact, Sydney.
Advantage paid. On to Mitchell. Out the back door. Lloyd. On to Hannebery. Hannebery will look for his mate Buddy. Deliberately stuck it in the air. He deliberately motioned the ball over the top because he wanted Buddy to get a piece of it.
Yeah. Just looking at the stat sheet there, Richard, Luke Parker's had 31 and kicked 3 goals and been brilliant, and yet he's not going to be the best man on the ground because of one Al Franklin.
27-6.
Still on.
The top 8 sides. Weller had the ball smothered.
It's been tough for the Saints tonight. They started off so well. The first half was magnificent, but then Fisher and Hickey wasn't able to get his hand on it and have an influence around the ground. And
how's the way Parker kept the arms free then? Out wide to Buddy. There's another one ticking over, Buddy.
So that's
28.
That's 28, equal career high.
Okay, so one more for Buddy. Something that he's never done before. Down the line they go, looking for Rewalt Mills in front here. This is going to be a massive, massive win for Sydney. A 70-point thumping, a second half 70-point thumping, because St Kilda were brilliant in the first half. But Sydney came in the third quarter with the first 5 goals. They went from a 5-point lead to a 34-point lead in 10 minutes of footy. Game over. Sydney win. Consolidate second spot on the ladder.
But we can find all these question marks over the Swans. You still have to fall back to the position that they're perhaps the most professional team we've seen in the last 10 years, and the number of wins they have every year shows you how professional
I get worried.
Since the stats have been kept, they are just the biggest misers of all times when it comes to conceding goals. And one of the best additions to the back 6 has been Aliir Aliir, Brown.
Yeah, that's always been stingy. Aliir Aliir has been able to prize away the key position post from Ted Richards, really, and he's made it his own. So along with Heath Grundy, he's formed a really strong combination there. Dane Rampe helps out, but this is the big part of it. His ability to take contested marks or intercept marks, not always go to the spoil. We see young defenders come in and they always want to spoil. They don't tend to have the confidence to mark. But Aliir Aliir goes for his marks, and that helps Sydney with their quick rebound, as we can see here on countless times, and they're able to quickly get it back down the other end.
Well, the one thing they demand of their defenders, Sydney, is the ability to leave your opponent, read the play and intercept if possible. And over the last 7 weeks, he's now in the top 5 intercept possessions, and he's in some pretty esteemed company there, Dwayne.
He's the best one-on-one contested player at marking the ball against his opponent in the competition. A significant impact in that forward 50 today, I am sure.
And we're getting close to a full house here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Kieren Jack wins the toss and will kick to the right of the screen. Yeah, they've rested Callum Mills today with that sore calf, caught calf, so you expect he'll be coming back for the first week of the final. Xavier Richards also hoping to keep his spot. There's Marsh on cue, got to Aliir Aliir, good sidestep, splendid release, handball to Rohan, and he's out. Tippett screaming for it, back to the goal square. He might simply go all the way and kick one of the goals of the year. Lost it, Jack, Hannebery, Mitchell, McVeigh. Penny's out wide, needs to be a good kick, great kick. And he's got Richards in a paddock. Open space ahead. Just floats it, and Franklin can get on the end of it. That is delightful use of the Sharon.
Yeah, and the key to all of that, when Isaac Heaney got the ball, is it didn't matter how he got the ball forward to Xavier Richards. He just had to get it there quickly. And Franklin and Rance were running flat. It was like a 100-metre race heading back towards goal.
Needs a personal best to joint win the Coleman. He needs 13 today. Pretty unlikely. But it's a nice start at the SCG this year, unless it's against the Giants, and then it'll be at ANZ. This is their home. Parker, McVeigh, Heaney, they've got the overlap. McGlynn, and he drives it through.
This is where they're dangerous, Brownie. Forward 50 stoppages. They're the most organised clearance team in the competition. They'll be working on something here, trying to get one player free and on the move for a clean shot at goal.
Kennedy got an arm free, almost got a leg free. Mitchell, he bends it around, and again they score a goal from a stoppage on cue. Best in the comp. Jarred the ball free. Hooley got it from Lambert, keeps it low, and raked in by Smith. Rampe, he could also be in for an All-Australian jumper. Had a pretty good year. Richards gets a 50.
It's interesting, the Tigers have abandoned the handover as well. So Rance now went up the ground with Franklin, but he's playing 10 or 20 metres. Kieren Jack took off early, made space, and they've missed him.
Absolutely. Hooley gets a rare chance at goal, and he's not used to it.
He's just about the best kick in the team, Nasher Hooley.
And now they're out. Rampe to Richards to Franklin in a one-on-one. Franklin goes long, high, he's almost pulled it, almost grabbed it. Rance against him. Ball knocked through Franklin's legs. He rolls it off the deck. Hooley gets back. Tippett there as well. Gives it back to Franklin. 35 out. Across the face. Puts him under pressure. Smith. And he's still got McGlynn out there as the outlet.
He came from the stoppage on the other side of the field, McGlynn. Worked really hard.
Play on not 15. Mitchell. Back to Jack. Hewitt. Options are plenty. Parker, if he likes, he can play on as well. He's got Heaney.
All far too easy, that.
It'll be interesting to see which Swans do get in the All-Australian side at the end of next week. Luke Parker, 31 possessions again last week against North Melbourne. Normally uses it pretty well from this spot. Carbon copy again.
Now you.
And Aliir Aliir let McGlynn mark that. Both of them could have marked it.
They read the play really well, all the Sydney defenders. McGlynn's not a defender, but he did really well there. But Aliir Aliir was going to be the other option.
They came from behind to win in round 8. The Tigers are going to have to do it again here. Jack heads toward Heaney.
He's looking sharp again, Heaney. He's got his spring back.
Yeah, they rested him for a couple of weeks, and it's done in the world of good. Dropped, rested, take your pick. Handed to Franklin, who's on his left. Gets a lot on it, it's bending back. What Franklin can't do, can't be done. Dot on the kick. Elton, good collect. Hamble a little too slick for short. Grigg caught. Outstanding tackle pressure from the Swans, and Markov cooked in the end. But they're the #1 tackling team in the comp.
Yeah, they just converged on the Richmond player there. It was a gang tackle.
And Richmond, by the way, number 18 in the comp, which is the worst.
Richmond have been poor for the last 4 or 5 years in the tackling count, Dwayne. It's a real area of their game. Going to 2:17, they need to pick up.
Franklin, an arm chop for him. He's almost within range here.
Tippett forward without a mark. He's got a small opponent on him.
And Rohan's in the square and he's held on the goal line.
In the square, so he comes around directly in front.
Yeah, so he won't have to have the angle, even though he's worked around there initially. For his second. His first one was spectacular. He might never kick an easier one than his second.
Anderson's hands.
Aliir Aliir found a gap where there wasn't one, set it up. Kennedy, not normally his forte. Papley flicks it wide. Hewitt bends it around the body. Awesome. Cunningham tried to get it on the boot. Still alive here for the Tigers. Moore bends it around, goal square, Heaney.
Covering some ground, Heaney. Down back this time.
She's got McGlynn down the middle. Outstanding delivery. And that could be 50.
I reckon.
50 and a half. That for sure. 60-metre penalty.
I mean, the mark was taken only just over the back of the square.
It's a short ground, and he takes short steps. Well, it was close enough anyway. They've got 9 on the board, Sydney. Bangs it out of the Tippett direction. 2 against him. Vlosten floated back with the flight. Hewitt wrapped him up. Tippett collects. Gave to McGlynn. He's got Rohan in a one-on-one, and Rohan puts the Jets on. Out in front of Grimes. Eat my dust. And they'll set it all up again. Xavier Richards, who's bided his time waiting for a chance. So too Mitchell, by the way. Been on the list a long time and was talk he might leave. He spears one to half forward to McGlynn.
They're treating the Richmond players like training cones at the moment.
Yeah, this is just a polish up for the finals.
The Richmond pressure's really dropped off here. First part of this second quarter, Richmond were tackling. They're leading the tackling count, but in the last 10 minutes has dropped off completely now.
Than that when you're standing Buddy Franklin.
Now, pretty good numbers as well from this spot. Wherever you are around the land, I hope you're enjoying the clinic the Sydney Swans are putting on. Hannebery paddled to his own advantage, got it up to Marsh. Back to Hannebery. To Heaney! Almost completed it. McGlynn in some space. Plenty of time to use it wisely. And nails another one. They've got
12. 10 disposals, 3 goals so far for McGlynn.
And they're away again. Jack from the middle to Franklin on his flank.
Oh, we could be in for a big day watching Buddy.
His last one he struck beautifully. See if he can repeat the dose. Just a chip shot from here for him.
This one a tiny bit closer to the last kick. That is out of the copybook. Phenomenal. Buddy's got 4. Got it up just in time. Now, Aliir Aliir gets back. Smith's back there. Big battle this. Aliir attacked it, knocked it down. Smith, great combo. They both were on the same page. Back to Smith, to Jack. And theoretically out of trouble.
They're just up against the most professional unit in the comp.
Kennedy gives it up. Hannebery, not another goal from a stoppage. It won't count as a goal from a stoppage because Rohan will kick his 4th from the pocket.
Yeah, led by Josh Kennedy there with another clearance. 6 clearances for the day so far.
Siren about to sound, so he can't run around here. He's going to have to kick on the angle. He can take 1 step, that's it.
Must kick the ball over the mark. Yeah, he can't. Must kick the ball over the mark.
He's saying he's going to kick it off 1 step.
That's it. 1 for the mark. Sideways, that's it.
This should be an interesting... They let him.
This is sensational.
He did step off the mark a little bit, but what else can he do there?
Still a half of football to travel before the Sydney Swans grab top spot and confirm the minor premiership. 81 points the margin with a half a footy left. They're 14 goals to 1 in front. And he drives it long. Rohan having a good afternoon at the office so far. Rance just held his ground. He searches for the line. That's got to be deliberate.
It had to be. It had to be.
He's smarter than that.
Yeah, he's under enormous amount of pressure. He just made a couple of mistakes late.
Centering kick. Naismith jumps in. Hits the deck. Hampson Heat hits the deck. Kennedy feeds it out. Franklin's on his left. From the pocket. Bends it back. Crowd about to rise as one. Lance has 5. Aliir Aliir thinks about going central. He's got McVeigh out wide if he wants it, but he'd rather go down the middle. McGlynn, good kick. Heads wide towards Kennedy, who gets away from Martin. Heaney leads to the pocket. And now McGlynn leads to the same pocket.
I'm going to tell you right now, the lack of pressure and the lack of attention to detail and defensive structure, and that man there, Damien Hardwick, has to sit and watch it. It's embarrassing, verging on unprofessional.
They are.
In the meantime, McGlynn. They're taking no prisoners here, the Swans. They're going to play this one all the way to the wire.
And that's just going to be mobbed up by the Swans defence again. Is the players, where is the pride and the survival instincts of the players who say, right, we've had a poor year, maybe my spot's on the line, so I'm going to go out and prove that I can beat my man. Who's out there beating their man? Who's showing a little bit of heart?
Hewitt about to pounce on this and drive another one through. Waits for the bounce, open goal, way too easy.
He's got enough time down there.
Long kick to Jack, he's out here, and they've got Rohan on his own inside 50. And now Franklin over the top for the easy one. Rohan tries to get back. Franklin's still there. He sits it on Franklin's head. He's up. He's got it.
Seriously. Sydney are playing witches' hats at the moment. Players are getting loose. No one's tracking them. Franklin coming in for number 6.
6 goals, 3 to be exact. And we've got a quarter and 11 and a half minutes to come. No tunnelling free. Cunningham gets back. Edwards with him. And they take it on again from defence. Hewitt goes inside to McVeigh, to Parker. Franklin screaming for a long. Ball loop towards Tippett. He gets the handball up just in time. Rohan, he hands it up to McGlynn. He goes for home and drills it. Epic stuff from the Swans. He's got 4.
Today, I didn't think that was a chance. I'll tell you what, they'll blow that away.
And they're on track for their biggest ever win against Richmond. They might be on track for their biggest ever win ever. Hannebery heads toward Heaney. He's got Naismith out wide, or Franklin. Who does he want? Franklin. Hold on, Franklin. Free kick to Lance. And he will line up again. And 50.
So that's a 50 to Heaney. It'll go to Heaney.
Although Franklin was given the free kick first.
It's got to go to Heaney.
10 to goals.
Demolition job. It's not over yet. Really around his body. Riewoldt may be thrown out by Aliir Aliir this time. Not paid. Smith gets back, the ever reliable. Put his head down, got himself a high one.
He mightn't even come out there at 3/4 time.
Rohan up early, overcooked it. Kennedy gets the crumb. He bends it around and drills through another. It's getting really, really scary now. Still 90 seconds left to manufacture a late one. McVeigh looks up. He's got the leaders inside 50. Pulled the kick short in the end. Flicked over the top. Heaney. Oh, the flick back to Jack. Straight down the spine. And another one on the board. That's 22 now.
He wasn't able to take the mark. Ball just bounced in front of it. Have a look at that for slick hands. It's an impressive part for mine, Jason Sydney. The quick hands. We know the pressure hasn't been great, but the hands have been terrific all season.
They're a brilliant team.
Piece of Swans play so far this afternoon. Franklin almost the free. 3/4 time siren sounds. Sydney Swans, the minor premiers for 2016. Top spot now theirs. And they are stalking their biggest ever win. Martin, who was injured earlier on in the game as well, spent some time on the bench. Rance being tracked down in a spot of bother, pushed on the kick. Grimes can't get there, left it behind. It stays in play. Opens up for Kennedy. He rolls it towards goal. He got it through. He tunneled it through under the goalkeeper's arm. On their attacking 50, it's down there so often. McGlynn. Franklin short, lace out. Franklin's got it.
He's in that spot again. It's that same spot around the 50-metre arc on the 45-degree angle.
This for number 7. Struck it pretty well. Needs to bring it back though, and didn't. Bizarrely led by 130, and they're taking time off the clock. Jack. They're content to go in with a 130-point win and top spot heading into the finals. Hannebery. Franklin's running out of the square. He's up. 1, 2, 3. They line up for number 7.
15 kicks, 15 possessions, 10 marks.
He's got 7 next to his name. Settled in. We've still got 16 minutes left. 2.
It's interesting though, particularly this century, Dwayne, when you look at the minor premiers, it doesn't always, in fact, as often as not, it doesn't translate into premierships.
Yeah, Smith, more often than not
on the bench. He does have some ice on that left thigh. And he's always a query, always a question mark, but hopefully that's just precautionary.
He was laughing and joking before.
They're over the top here. Parker looks up and he heads with a long launch. And that's a great grab. On the run, Richards. Into the second tier.
He's had a really good year, as we've spoken about. Might be a few Sydney-siders in the All-Australian side. Rampe, Grundy was spoken about earlier in the year. Then, of course, you got Williams, Zach Williams, and Heath Shaw over at GWS.
Kennedy gets his way free. But the minor premiership is Sydney's. And they've done it in the final home and away game of the season in emphatic style.
They've got 2 young guns, Heaney and Mill.
It is possible they've got the 2 best young kids in the comp.
Yeah, absolutely.
In tandem.
And I think that I think that'll give them some luxuries in terms of using some of these ageing midfielders. You talk about McVeigh going to half-back, that's all they need. They need some composure down there. Can they rest a Hannebery at half-back or put him behind the ball to help him through traffic on the way? I know he's not an elite kick, but he's an elite decision-maker.
Emerging Swans defender Callum Mills today became the first New South Wales-born player to win the AFL's Rising Star Award.
There's been some great names before me that have won this award, Goods, Buckley, and for me to win the award today is something really special and I'll really cherish it.
Mills, who played his junior football for Mossman, was presented with the medal at a ceremony in Melbourne today.
Longmire's men are with us at the desk. Josh Kennedy, welcome.
Thank you.
Dan Hannebery, hello. So the Swans have got a big hand to play. We forecast this at the start, 5 possibles. We think you'll run the table. Just do us a favour. Tell us about Josh Kennedy's year. Dan?
Been an extraordinary career thus far at the Swans. Certainly this year it's been as good as any. Just the way he's able to take control of situations around the stoppage and extremely damaging what he does around the ball. And some of his games, especially late in the year, it's just the ball around stoppages and it's a joy to watch. Yeah.
Josh, tell us about Dan Hannebery's year in your eyes.
I think he's been probably our most consistent player throughout the course of the year. Not many can match him with his running ability outside, but his hardness is something that's again at first class throughout the AFL. So it's an incredibly tough matchup, and just a credit that he's been able to back up last year, which I thought was fantastic, and continue on because one of the elite players in the comp.
So Luke Parker's the third, and we were saying you may well fill 3 of the 8 midfield slots notionally on the field. In a way, it's sort of your point of difference, just that midfield depth, not just a star or 2, but a real core that are at the cutting edge of the competition.
The games last year and the games we've been poor is just our boys really lacked and our ball movement at times. I think we've picked up Mills as outstanding.
When you say ball movement, what?
Ball movement.
Stilted, slow, sideways, what was...
Well, I think most teams out of the back half want to move pretty quick, but you've got to be pretty precise with your ball kicking and have good runners and ball users and decision makers, all those combined. I think we've got Lloyd, Mills, Aliir's a great decision maker, McVeigh when he goes back. We've got a number of guys that really are strong in that area. Dane Rampe's improved out of sight this year with his decision making and the kicking, so that's the area we thought we need to improve, and obviously the kick inside 50, which is the money kick, I suppose. So we've still got a bit of a way to go in the area, but I think this year we've made a massive improvement in helping our forwards out, I suppose, give them half a chance.
This time last year, everyone was saying, where's Buddy, how's Buddy, is he going to come back? 12 months on, it's quite staggering to see the space where Buddy is. Personally,
there's been games throughout his time in Sydney that he's really been able to win it off his own boot, and especially in September, he's a big game player. He loves this time of year, and you just sort of gain confidence by being around him. It's just sensational seeing him so happy, not just on the footy field, but actually away from the track. He's got a lot of things sorted in his life, and he's happy and he's settled, and that's probably the reason why he's playing good footy, and hopefully he can stay that way, which the way he's going, I certainly think he can do that.
Quickly, and I think the plan going in was beat them up in the inside and kill them on the outside.
We all thought about, will they handle the pressure, will they be able to match it physically? To me, they were the aggressors.
Yeah.
They're the ones that took it on, and they made a statement. They weren't going to take a backward step, and they were happy to get in the faces of their opponents. I thought it was super impressive. The level of pressure that they put on was outstanding, and they deserved this victory every step of the way.
Then you'd think they'd win the game. Break even, the Crows in the middle, they can win. First semi-final, winner of the prelim. We'll play Geelong Friday night. Ball forward, Aliir. McGlynn to Jack through a little bit of traffic. Nice ball, here's Buddy and Talia. The first one-on-one duel of the night. Talia wins that out. Support here with Hardigan. Franklin applying the pressure. Said he didn't knock it out. Umpire agrees.
That's outstanding from Franklin.
He's kicked more goals from outside 50 since 2011 than anyone else in the comp.
And he's going to have a ping here, Rich, over the perfect start for the Swans from outside 50. Just pulled it slightly.
Tex very quick on the lead, but so's Rampe. That'll be a crucial duel tonight. Nick Smith with Eddie Betts, as predicted.
McKay with the middle, dangerous kicks, been gobbled up here on this occasion by Louis.
Here come the Swans through McVeigh. They've got a player outside. Big turnover, Gary Rohan. It was an aggressive kick through the corridor. And
now they get the chance to make them pay the Swans. Trying to signal their intentions, the Crows, that they are really going to be aggressive through the corridor. Makes for an exciting game. Career high 21 goals this year for Gary Rohan. Leans back, and there is the first one of the night to the Sydney Swans. Naismith, Jacobs front position. Now Parker, voted the most courageous player in the game by his peers earlier in the week, to Isaac Heaney. Tumbles one forward. It's going to be an awkward ball for Harding, and he tried to slap it to lever. It ended up in the hands of Papley, who's a dangerous small forward, and the Swans get the first 2 goals of the game.
It's been flat out this game so far.
Laird got to thread the needle out here wide, looking for McGovern. Got hands on it, but it was in amongst 3 Sydney players, and this is the result of that. So Sydney on the counter-attack, here they go. Buddy Franklin's there, off hands, McGlynn fronts the goal, got a good piece of it. They've kicked 3 in the opening 7 minutes.
Couldn't be a better start, and the Swans fans know it. The Crows need to get their hands on it and take a bit of pace off this for a minute or 2.
Last line of defence.
So they tend to be aggressive by foot. They are again here now. Brown, well done, Heaney. Just worked him off the footy to Parker. McGlynn, big chance for Parker again. He's a star, Luke Parker, and they get the quick reply. Well done, Sydney. Opportunities to get a couple of goals.
Yeah, 4 inside 50 stars, 3 shots a goal.
Now, again, it's the gun Sydney midfield working it. Came through the hands of Kennedy to Parker, and now Jack, Buddy Franklin. He's got a 2-on-1. Oh, he's going to get a free kick, so Talia, umpire in perfect position there.
Exactly what the doctor ordered.
Just panicked a bit there, didn't he, Talia? Had hold of the jumper, clear free kick, umpire in best position. Franklin goalless in a final last week. That won't happen 2 weeks in a row. They've got 5 early goals here, Sydney.
They looked intent, there's no doubt about that. Crouch to McKay. McKay around the corner. They're just so tough. Grundy. Smith. In the back 50, forced to go to the contest. So it's a bit of a win there for Sydney. Aliir, beautiful defensive punch from behind. Finds Atkins, makes the handball wide. The kick inside, smothered. So they are losing confidence by the middle to go back inside here now. Beautiful handball by Heaney. Now Curvis to Buddy. And Buddy's within Buddy range.
I'd put your house on this.
Yeah. He loves drifting it from just outside the left goal post, and typical Buddy Franklin style, starts in the right spot. There it is. There it is, the drifter. Buddy Franklin's got a couple. Sydney on fire.
Quarter time.
Can that ignite the Adelaide Crows? They go forward again through Lyons. Lynch. Aliir's had him covered. Look at the athleticism again, but well done. Chopped off. Crows are going to send it forward again through Douglas. And Vic Naismith in front of Jacobs.
They do. It ends with Naismith. Sam Naismith here. Told to go back over the mark. Funny little kick. They cut it off. Douglas should hold mark. He did. Umpire calls play. Good tackle by Parker. Ball's pinned inside. This is brilliant Adelaide play as they force it forward. Walker had the break. His opponent Rampe fell over. The ball was kicked too long and too high. Sydney with the numbers, brushing them off one after the other was marked.
And they exit with some great composure, although it was brilliant stuff from Sloan. It spilled out to Kieren Jack, about a fair bit of footage.
There's his man. That's his man right there. It's Atkins. Took a bounce inside 50. This way, that away. He messed it up in the end. Lots happening here at the SCG at the moment.
And then he was able to give the handball across to Richards. His kick looking for Franklin. Hardigan, front position. Look at Buddy. He wanted a piece of Hardigan. He goes again. Comes in, steals the footy. Great play, Gary Rohan takes a bounce. This is a big moment for Sydney. He's muffed it.
Handball over the top. Here's Hardigan again. Kennedy's got him. Boy, they close it on him quick. Buddy went in as well. Throwing themselves in.
Just trying to think if maybe McGovern could go and play down back.
He could too. Smother here by Sydney. This is a big play. Sydney have got the numbers. They try and handball down. McGlynn from 50. Set sail. Sydney have finally got the one they've been searching for. Got it only into a heap of Adelaide players. McGovern took a little bit of time corralling the ball. Crouch copped it up. Buddy came in. This way, that way. Evasive skills. Very, very impressive. Look at the left foot kick. Found Kennedy. Kennedy goes inside 50. Sydney looking for 2 in a row. They're going to get it. They're going to get it. They are. Richards kicks the goal.
Jacobs. He's had a pretty quiet first half as well, and then lift from a couple of players. Cameron, he'll take on Kennedy with leg speed, the bounce, nearly to come back up. Good chase from Joey Kennedy, and then he fell over. Cameron, well known. Kennedy was outstanding to keep pace there with the lightning quick Cameron, and they come back through the corridor, the Swans. And out here is Lloyd. Franklin wants one-on-one with Harding, and they come back through the middle of the ground. Mitchell decides to send it. Buddy looks good. He's in the box seat. He's too big. He's too good. He's too strong. And he's going to line up directly in front.
And a great kick from Mitchell. Well played, Swans.
You just knew that he was going to stand up tonight at the SCG. 3 goals to Buddy.
So if ever the Crows were going to struggle, it was against Sydney in that department.
So now, long ball inside 50. And his bench has been quiet. Now he gets a chance.
Pretty innocuous, didn't it? But he didn't look to twist, did it? They can't really slow it down. They need to keep playing quick footy and try and score fast. But in doing that, they're opening themselves up the other way. Sydney are going to score, so very tough situation going into the break for Adelaide.
A little wave to the crowd there for Gary Rohan, and we wish him and all his family all the best. Today here, the Crows, someone out to Cameron. He's got Jacobs further afield, and then lift from Jacobs badly. He's hasn't really been in the game.
23 points in closing. Talia once again. Cameron, who's playing inspired footy at the moment, so is this man here. Hannebery, beautiful kick to the advantage here of the forward. Really good kick. Richards did well, turns around, sees Buddy, finds him, and he's found him in his favourite spot. 783 career goals. There he is. Look for the left to right. It's on. It's beautiful. It's there. Buddy kicks ball.
Goal number 74 of the year for Eddie Betts.
Standing effort to us. Go forward here again. Sydney, they're not done within this quarter yet. 2 minutes remain. Richards has looked dangerous up there. Spills to Papley. He's a sharpshooter. Got it. Sydney responds very, very promptly. Good pressure, spills to Brown. Good handball and wide along the ground. He crosses into the middle, so they load up here. Once again, Atkins tried to turn inside out, and he did. Did it pretty well on the big fella, Nankervis. The kick was horrible low. Heaney dropped the chest mark. Betts closes, couldn't get him. And Sydney respond. Again, got to do it all here, Brodie Smith. He did. G. Jacobs coming. Did he get him head high there? If he doesn't get up, he may well be in a bit of trouble. The advantage paid, goes inside 50. Papley takes a juggling mark. He's if you like. And yes, he did run into the elbow, but Papley, 30 metres out to put a little nail in early in the final quarter. He has 3 goals, Papley. Here is the big fella.
I'm with you, Richo. If the Crows get up there, I don't think Sam Jacobs is playing next week.
I think they'll look at it. I'm not sure I agree with you on that, but Aliir, or both of you.
If you choose to bump, though, Brian, you make contact with the head.
Yeah, I thought he had the arm down, though, so he just bumped into the body, but I can see your point. Through the middle of the ground. Kennedy. Handball over the top. This is Richards again. Been dangerous up forward. Had a good look and hits the post. And he highballs it to half forward. Sloan at the back. Talia. Along the round. Thompson did well there. Nankervis fired out the handball to Hannebery. Very impressive. Again, here's Kennedy. As Darce mentioned, out in the footy. Just knocks up getting it. Kennedy, just a star. Finds Jack. 4 new teams will be represented in the 2 prelim finals that were not there last year. Next weekend, played 16 games this year, McGlynn. 50 metres out, right on the line. Good looking ball, crowd love it. Goal umpire doesn't move. McGlynn gets it. His third. 31 points. So out of the middle, Sydney now need to respond. Mitchell goes deep inside 50, out the back, Heaney. Look at the task, Cheney. Franklin arrives. gathers the ball from the boundary line, thought about nothing else except getting it in someone else's hands. Richards couldn't hold the mark. Papley's in there. Richards again. Got the little handball. Bad bounce. Nankervis picked up goal. Was that Papley again?
Yes.
Wow. Papley's kick 4.
In front, Nankervis. Heaney from behind. Labouring after it was big. Jacobs, but he smashed him to the ground. Coming through the other way. An opportunity for Hewitt. Back to Kennedy. He's been outstanding. Mitchell wants his left boot. Got it to Hannebery. Hannebery, that's your game there. The Sydney Swans will go through to a prelim against the Cats next Friday night. Kieren Jack, Mitchell, Hannebery. So Grundy transfers it through the middle of the ground. Rampe just able to drop back into second gear here, the Swans. Richards. Heaney from behind, and he found a way to edge Brown under the footy. Ended up going back into the Neefle here for a game just to get a bit of time and a bit of form back, but he really has shown the AFL well tonight. What a superstar young player he is. And more pain for the Crows. It's the Swans through to the prelim.
Good call. Yep, because he was just going to wind the 30 off the clock there, Papley, as you would, if you're allowed to. Kennedy, time to see Mitchell. Mitchell, high ball, goal. That stops the run of goals for Adelaide.
And he's made a phone call, Bristol.
Yep.
So good news. Fans love it. The kick on the SCG afterwards. Nick Smith, he's been as good as anyone tonight, Richards.
Well, it'd be nice to have that sort of power, wouldn't it? Just
Kennedy still winning possessions. That was number 43. Little hurried kick out of there. Oh, that collision was nasty. That's Papley. Just see him get back up. It was a clash of heads. And on the siren, it's the Sydney Swans who goes through to another preliminary final. They'll face the Cats at the MCG on Friday night.
Yep, they will indeed, Das. Friday night football is for Sydney, prelim final.
The start. Lanigan's got Franklin. The second preliminary final. The MCG, Friday night football. On a sunny day, beautiful night. Parker charges in. Spills wide Dangerfield. Met solidly by Jack. Selwood over the top. And they're stolen away by Rohan. Guthrie tried to pick his pocket. Kennedy, Hannebery, Jones inside the centre square. Sends it down towards half forward. Lonigan reaches over the top. Wins on point. Stops it away. Papley though slides in. Hot one for McGlynn. Hooks it back. Goal!
Jimmy, but it's okay. And it goes back to Selwood. It hasn't gone far, the ball, but he does get it inside 50. Hawthorn's resting, a good result.
And Nick Smith, who's just taken the mark, he's got the job on Steve Motlop. Always gets the job on the most dangerous forward for the opposition.
Grundy's kick's a good one. Hannebery in centre wing. They're off.
Gently. Franklin, right on the wing. Drives inside the forward 50. One-on-one down there. Knocked down in front by Taylor, taken by Rohan. McGlynn, who kicked the opening goal. Taylor, too slick for Cowan. Hard against the line with the outside of the boot. Bounces out of bounds. Oh, jeez, Rich.
Players in the team. Dangerfield gets a couple with Jimmy's help.
High ball down towards the 50 then. Aliir battles with Motlop. Heaney, so good last week. McGlynn playing with a lot of energy at the moment, McGlynn. Just chips it out to Buddy. Franklin looks down towards half forward, steps around Lonigan. That's a good kick. Tippett went back and came again on the lead. And he's got this one about 40 minutes out from goal. Tippett injured. The qualifying final. This one is off to the right. It's bending back. It's good. The back pocket. Probably in career best form. It sounds crazy at his age. Thumped away by Aliir. Metagola went after it. Franklin, well done. Gives himself a fitness test. Lloyd kicks inside the forward 50. Richards missing it. Taylor can't reel it in. Boundary throw in.
He's just not sure, so he plays it down the line. Clever enough kick. Kept it in that time. On the up, Lloyd. Aliir, normally so careful with the ball in hand, and he's there, does a good job. Jack's been sprightly early, hasn't he?
Geelong just really rushed with their possessions going forward at the moment, just throwing it on the boot or firing at the handball, whereas Sydney a lot more composed.
So Jack just sets it up. No Franklin, of course, in the forward 50. Enright. Smith couldn't quite. Well done by Parker, and then Mitchell to Parker. He's a good kick, Parker. He's a very good kick. They've got three.
Geelong look completely rushed at the moment.
They're reeling, the Cats. Need to do something here. Smith knocks it down. Dangerfield. Heaney got him. As a result, attempted the hand pass. Rohan into the path of the left footer. Jack! Oh, clinically.
Great kick to Parker.
Look, Parker, kick is on the way. He's got his second. And the Swans are putting on a clinic. What a start.
Nothing wrong with that.
Lingy, I hate to bring this up, but the last final they played, they don't play many. They kicked the last 4 goals of the game, Sydney, against Geelong. They kicked the first 4 here, so it's been a long time between finals, but they've...
8 in a row for the Swans.
Exactly.
Don't like that, Bruce.
Mitchell getting forward, getting very forward. Franklin just manhandling him, and then gives it off, and Tippett's got another one. Make it 5. Lingy, Bunny, unbelievable.
Towards the boundary line. Buse let it run. Dangerfield pulling rank. Kicks it down towards full forward. Aliir with the run. Got a fist on it. Knocked it down. Ball ricochets back towards the goal square. Grundy. The great season Grundy. Releases Jones, who drives to the outer side. Pretty good kick too. Richards gets Taylor under the footy, and now he's away. Xavier Richards forced to soccer his own bounce. The indignity sends it inside the forward 50. Rowan came hard, met Lonergan, and the ball spills out of bounds. Margin 31 points then. What's happened in the twinkling of an eye? Parker couldn't get through. Heaney, can he? Well, he kicks instead. Down towards full forward. It's a goal! Not touched.
They're going to fight themselves out of this.
Cowan down towards half forward then. In front, Motlop, knocked away by Smith. The back of the pack tidying up. Rampe. Aliir on the defensive 50.
Jones and Mitchell coming wide. So much of the ball, so much control.
Nick Smith, that's disposal number 7 for him. He's got the job on Motlop. He hasn't touched the footy yet, Steve Motlop.
Rowan, a floating ball. Good mark. I saw a lot of his grandfather, Jeff Bray, when I was a kid growing up in Adelaide. His other grandfather, Max Papley, obviously at South Melbourne. And he's played it on to Franklin. It's coming back. Oh, yes, it is. They've kicked 7 like they did last week.
All the way down, Tom Papley. That is a mark.
Yeah, unlucky. So Rampe wants Aliir's strong hands. McCarthy did well to neutralise. Caddy, Mackie, and then Mackie, Aliir down at the moment, and Hawkins with his first real chance. So Aliir in a bit of trouble. Gee, let's hope he's okay. His turn. Motlop just can't find the ball. He's got no rhythm at the moment. Franklin doing everything. Can't quite get him down. He has an area. He's probably lucky not to give that one away. Selwood gets rid of Heaney. Blitz halves, wide. Buse, good tackle. Jack, he started well. Parker, a couple of goals in the opening term. Kennedy, aren't they great names? Parker, they're playing with their own ball to Rowan. That just typifies Sydney, that passage of play right there and then.
John, immersed in this game. You'll love this. Rowan, after Bartel missed it, goes in, kicks a goal. A gift. Towards Lloyd. Motlop is closing. This kick from Lloyd to the wing. Heaney, well, that's a pretty harsh call, I reckon, Duncan. And the ball will go to Heaney. I don't think Duncan's under any obligation to go at the footy.
So Heaney to Hewitt, and then Hewitt getting it back inside that 50. Naismith cut out. McGlynn so important early in the match. Colajazzi, oh, McGlynn brilliantly gets it over the top. Richards, first game at the MCG, gets a goal.
Gets it out wide, ambitious kick, why not? Franklin gets on the end of it, 9 possessions in the opening term. Set the scene. Goes to Rampe, drives it around the outer side. Very nice. Richards on the lead, takes the mark. Man on the mark is on the wing.
Hawkins and Motlop couldn't quite. Jack, well done there by Menengola. There's Selwood again. Not going to be a score. And Rampe, what a player he is. You're on the All-Australian panel. When he played at Geelong, was that the time you thought, gee, he might be All-Australian this year? On their way to a Grand Slam final.
44 points the difference. Naismith backhands it down. Heaney just hanging back off the pack. Goes back to Mitchell, who gave it to him. He hooks it around the boundary. Coming to mid at Lonigan. Hook away, hand pass. Stolen by Papley. Papley's on his way. Kicked 4 goals last week. Sends it long. He's kicked another.
So it's Dangerfield. Selwood and Dangerfield again. So Paddy under pressure. Good smother. Motlop beaten up by McGlynn. That one smothered by Duncan. Back to Mitchell. Terrific stuff, Dangerfield and Selwood, the double act there. It was Dangerwood, wasn't it? Well done by Jones. He's been terrific. Jack, McGlynn, Richards gives it off. Jack turns and spins and kicks it out wide. Gets to Smith. He can measure and then go high and long. Rohan will be hard to beat here. Ball gets to the back, but
Particularly good kick. Blixards not a particularly good hand pass. Heaney in trouble. Blixards came back strongly. This is Hewitt. And now a real chance for the Swans. Rowan's got it. Short one goes to Franklin. How about the acceleration from Buddy? So when he comes, Buddy Franklin. And this one is online from the get-go. He's got 2. Wonderful kick.
is he going to set it up? Well, he half and half. He sort of goes for goal in the end. Not going to be that. Belted away. Blitzarves took it out of the air. Gets it forward. Jack's been, well, he's been terrific, but he's got so many teammates that have been just that. Joel Selwood and Buddy Franklin go for the same one. Lonigan switches it. Bartel check sides it brilliantly. Yes, he does, Jimmy. Well, one for the ages, eh? He pulled it out of the back pocket. They've got a half. All of them are going to have to do something here. That's a bad kick, and Naismith cuts it off. Jones has played a quarter. Bartel hooking back to centre half forward. Hawkins, good stuff by Grundy. Rampe's been supreme. Runs the gauntlet. Brilliant handball. Hannebery.
Well done. Picked up by Richards. Hand passes out towards the wing. Still going. Well done. Runs away from Henderson. He's had a dark night, Henderson.
Struggled, hasn't he, Lockie? But he ain't the only one. Jack Richards again getting involved. Gets it forward. Franklin stood up pretty well, Buddy. Lonigan with him. Chipatley clever. Big Naismith. It bouncing. He's hooked a goal. The big fella. And Patley. Such a smart player, Patley. Buse. Patley gets him down. Buse releases. Ball not out though. Patley able to hold it in. He holds it in. And he wins a free kick.
Watch it, yes, mate. I don't need to watch. I've seen it once. Thank you.
Tackled here, got rid of it. As soon as he's watching him have shots before the game, he wasn't missing too many of these.
Did he kick it just like that, Doug? Yep. Just like that. He gets his second. He's got 8 goals in the final so far.
Kick inside the forward 50. Richards in front. Comes to Parker. Fingertips to it from Richards. Well played by Selwood. Taken high Guthrie. No free kick. Taken high Papley. Free kick.
They won to Guthrie. They've let it go a lot tonight, the umpires. There's no doubt about that. Greater Western Sydney, the Bulldogs, will be watching this tonight and understand that they'll let it go.
Here's Papley, and he comes. Generally a reliable kick. That's his third. This young man making a real impression on the biggest of stages. And the Geelong might need 6 to win it anyway.
Let's see how they go about it here, Dennis. Well, dangerously at the moment. Enright, holding the footy, and Rohan takes advantage, and it's a big play. A huge turnover. Caddy back to Mackie. Mackie wanting to go through the middle. McCarthy, quiet night for him. Gets the ball almost all one-on-one. Taylor and Rampe. Good battle. Rampe doing well. Lloyd coming across, not quite. Selwood, Scott Selwood, got his head down. Well done there by Rampe. It was very well done and a boundary throw in. Little give was terrific. Laidler doesn't get it all that far away. Richards holds it up. Tapping it forward is McCarthy. Has he got enough on it? No. And Rohan, who's had a very, very, very good night, as has his club.
Match-up didn't last long. Scott Selwood kicks inside the forward 51 Spore, setting himself and taking the mark is Smith. Good enough. Here's Heaney. Naismith knocked it down to him. Hewitt in trouble, tackled by Mackey. Bartell takes advantage. 26 possessions for Jimmy inside the forward 50. Dangerfield again. Hasn't stopped working. But unfortunately, the season stops right there. Sydney are winners. They're into the grand final and their stars celebrate.
Yeah, for sure. In Sydney, it's not really hype. As soon as you get down here, you realise you're in a grand final. So, no, it's a good turnout and it's really exciting.
How's the build-up being, Kieren, from a captain's perspective?
Yeah, well, look, we try to keep it as consistent as we can. There's obviously different pressures and different responsibilities, you know, media-wise, and the scrutiny of training and people coming to training to watch. But we deal with that. We know that's a part of the week. But I think what we've learned is we have to focus on what's important, and that's the game tomorrow. I think we've trained well. We're confident in what we do, and we do it at our best, and we're in pretty good form. So we just need to make sure we bring it tomorrow.
This is so cool.
From the Sydney Swans, Ted Richards.
Taps it down, bumped out of there by Bontempelli, down towards half forward. Smith had it, lost it. Lloyd upended. Parker feeds it back, taken by Laidler. Kicks towards the outer side wing. Johannesson did pretty well. Roughhead wide. Bontempelli another touch. Searing kick to half forward. Bounces off the chest of Boyd. Loose ball. Hannebery emerges with it. Hits a hand pass away to Kennedy. Kennedy up towards the wing. Tippett dropped it. Naismith grabs it. Kicks towards half forward. 50-50 ball. Boyd, third man in. Hand pass to no one in particular. The Giant runs on. Naismith cut down to size. Boyd over the top. Bontempelli. Missed Dalhouse. Loose ball. Hannebery on top. Reach in there. Liberatore. Dalhouse didn't have the footy roots.
Do you want to start, Dennis? Advantage again paid. Bontempelli and Kennedy were toe-to-toe that opener.
Roughhead having a good start too. Kicks it down towards small forward. Laidler stood his ground. Gets a free kick. Thank you. He's made the mark, but they were bearing down. He was taken home. Doesn't matter. A searching run to space. Stringer knocked away by Rampe. Arriving quickly. Smith couldn't reel it in.
A down-the-line kick. Oh, to Grundy. Good, strong mark.
Get it to Dalhouse to Hunter. Wonderful smother by Naismith, getting across over the boot.
We know for the moment, Rohan got a bad bounce. Morris wraps him up, stops him from running away. Lloyd with an awkward looking kick to centre half. Oh, Jack with that courage.
Look at this. Oh, well done, Kieren Jack. Superb. Knew what was coming, and that's exactly what courage is. When we know the consequences and you still go through with the act. He looked around, he said, there's no one else to go for this footy. It's got to be mine, and he made it his own.
The big story down here is Franklin still hasn't reappeared from the doctor's room down the race.
Incredible. So Jack has kicked 2 goals in the last 2 grand finals he's played in, so he's been in the scoreboard in grand finals. This will be something after that mark. If he can dot this, hooking, and a behind. So Franklin's still in those rooms, eh?
Back at the interchange gates, Richo will have more. Here's Jones.
How does he look, Matty?
He's back on the ground and he wants the footy and he's going to get it.
Well, great to have you back, bud. Good kick too, beautiful kick. And gets the ball wide to Hunter. He asks a lot. Jack, maybe in a scoring position. Kicks to centre half forward row. Yes, Parker's got it. Very accurate in front of goal, Parker. 13-4 from set shots this year. He gets the first goal of the 2016 Grand Final.
Luke Parker involved. That's 3 possessions, I think, in a row as he kicks it down towards the pocket. Franklin juggles the mark at the back.
You're spot on, Dennis, a moment ago. The volume has been raised. They're pushing hard here, aren't they?
Push, Bulldogs. Let him go, Sim.
McLean to space. Oh, terrific effort by Mills. The youngster back in the team this afternoon, the rising star. One-hander. Goes across the ground. Rampe in the opposite back pocket. A high ball to the wing and Rohan. Got the sit on Morris. Takes the mark. Good movement out of defence. Rohan wants 50, so do the supporters. Nothing doing. On a cloudy day, he goes down towards half forward. In front, juggled by Richards. Stolen away by Papley. Papley over the top to Hewitt. The youngster too slow, but then
Buddy Franklin has hurt his act. This marking contest here, as you watch Buddy come to ground, he lands on his teammate's foot there and rolls his ankle in. That's not good. When you roll them in, they can be pretty sore, but he is moving freely.
McLean back to Hunter. Hunter's little kick forward. Kennedy in the right spot. He was able to accelerate there and take the mark in front of Dunkley. And then kicks to the goal square. Naismith unopposed. That's a disappointing result for the Dogs and a great one for the Swans. The homer today will be so good. Dunkley's kick to full forward. Cordy and again Grundy. So marks in the back 50 have been impressive for the Swans.
Dominated Sydney.
But don't get through there. Gone.
Naismith again. First touch. Johannesson taken down. Dalhouse misses the target. McGlynn back into the congestion. Kennedy, unpicked, missed Biggs. Taken by Heaney, well done. Slips a hand pass away to Jones. That's a clever kick. Will it get there in time? It does to Jack. Within scoring range. In he comes. Kieren Jack. Never on line. Wide left. On the margin. Well, it's narrow, but not as he would have liked.
He's missed one to the right and one to the left now, Jack.
Boyd just to himself. Oh, great smother across him, Rohan.
Kennedy, Jack, now Smith, centre way on his left foot. In the back pocket, the defender kick a goal, he can. Straight through the middle if you don't mind.
Kick to half forward. Smith, that's a wonderful mark. Haven't seen much from Rampe so far. Mills, second time. That's a scoop back by Hunter. Liberatore, this is a chance. It's, Lloyd got back late. Well done, Hamling. Hannebery, good side for him if he gets the right bounce. Back to Hewitt, who's been quiet. Kicks good though to Mitchell. Calmed down.
Momentum right now, they're swarming all over them.
So Mitchell right on 50. He's kicked it well. He's kicked it beautifully.
Roberts goes back on his knees. Papley does well. Get down the football, Papley. He wins a free kick just outside the 50.
Easton Wood.
Parker gets it forward. Parker's touch play on Rohan. Rohan hasn't heard him. No one's heard him. Now he hears it and goes back and kicks the goal. After all of that, and the Dogs didn't tackle him. Mind of his to find a goal. Heaney, here he is now. Defend off Jack, Kennedy, good kick, great kick. In front, they're back in front.
Swans though, they've got the last 3 and they're looking on top at least for the moment. Grundy goes out wide. This is Mitchell again, dangerous, measures the kick. Heaney starting to feel it as well. 60 metres out from goal, coming back is Rohan towards the goal square. Well, he was going to have the run at that, but he flipped over the top. Dixon falls to Kennedy. Kennedy again! Oh, how about that?
What a first half we're seeing. Joe Henderson with a run and carry. And not a good delivery, and good mark taken by Grundy. He's catching it well today, isn't he?
It's on cue, Bontempelli. Johannesson behind the pack. Another half forward. Coming back is Rampe. Over the top, Grundy. He's had a fine season, Grundy. He's having a fine match.
Josh Kennedy, 20 disposals in half a footy in a grand final. Brilliant.
Mitchell is up to 13. Here's Jones out of the congestion.
Naismith was good there. Jack couldn't quite, but Mitchell can. Yes, he can. There are twos everywhere in this first half. So Kennedy again to fall forward, belted away by Hamling. Tippett's tackle was good. Liberatore fished it out.
So much of the football normally. Centering ball. Big leap by Dixon. Didn't touch the footy though. Dalhouse went in hard. Socket off the ground by Hunter. Wide of the pack, Cordy. He was taken down. Jack over the top now. Bulldogs are getting a free kick there. I think it'll be Toby McLean in that pack. But now, as you'd expect, with less than a minute to go, Sydney are swamping back.
That's a big call. That's that prohibitive contact below the knees that could go the other way.
Siren, after all this effort, might beat them all. Biggs. There it is, it's half-time. I have to say this game is simmering as one of the great grand finals. The ingredients are in the mix. We just need a close finish. Richard is going out to grab one of the stars of the first half.
A couple of speedsters, Rohan with him to run him down. Kicks to a 50-50. Good mark by Rampe against quality opposition.
And that's what they can't have in the second half, the Dogs. When they bring it to ground in their forward half, they get the ball on the ground. But if Rampe and Grundy keep taking intercept marks, then that play makes the Swans look like winning the game.
Jones goes back to Rampe. And they get it back to Smith, to McVeigh. And they get it out. So Lloyd now with a chance to create something here. Now he can go over the top. And he does, in good hands with Heaney. He's had a fine match.
Oh, lucky!
Slows it for a minute. So the Swans take some pace out of the game. He kicks the ball to Tippett. He's got it. You just shove them out of the way.
Oh, Fletcher.
Did nothing. Naismith crumbed it, kicks it up towards the wing. And now Tippett finds himself in space and surrounded, played it brilliantly. Got it to Franklin. Franklin just forward of the wing. Demanding it long is Richards. He goes in that direction. And Richards finds space and takes the mark.
Little kick down the line. McGlynn's been quiet. Richo talked about Papley McGlynn. They haven't really had an impact. They haven't hit that board. McGlynn's kick is clever to Franklin. Franklin's still a big shadow over this game, even though he's not fully fit. What does he do here? Does he find a target? It's a beautiful kick. Is that 50?
That's got to be. Should be 50.
And the Swans are back in front. Yeah, silly stuff. So 3 for Kennedy. Franklin's field kicking again. I mean, that was like a little chip. It was a little sandwich, wasn't it?
What about Dale Morris at the other end? That is superb.
Well played by McRae. The Bulldogs are going to lead at three-quarter time.
Macca, we know that the Sydney Swans have been the best first quarter side in the competition, but this season, trailing at three-quarter time, they haven't won a game.
Gee. Well, that's what they'll be doing, Tim, whatever happens in the next few seconds. It's not much in it on that ball. It has been a grand final, to say that, with so much still to come. Joe Henderson just lost his feet. Hannebery in hard, hurt himself. Hannebery's in trouble. I hope he's all right. Joe Henderson to run and carry. Good tackle. He gets a fair bit on it. Mark taken by Rampe. Where's Hannebery? Is he all right? He's in trouble.
I don't think he's going to be okay at all. He's clutched his knee. He's in agony at the moment, and the trainers are carrying him off the ground.
Well, that's remarkable too. Hannebery is on his feet and jogging on the boundary as Kennedy continues to do what he's done all afternoon. Get it across to Jones, bounces it to Papley. Papley on the wing to space. Franklin is surging after this one, but it gets there. At the acceleration that time, and now this is his spot.
He's a gutsy player.
This is what the Swans have been able to do all final series. When they've been dominated, they've been able to go to the other end of the ground and kick that important goal. Bulldogs dominating here. Sydney might get that goal.
80 goals for the season, 12 possessions this afternoon. None of them goals. The angle opens up for the left footer, and the champion nails it. Never deviated. Spills in front, Kennedy. Boyd is there for the Dogs. Hand passes outside the 50. Kennedy can't get the arm springer hand pass, so forced to kick down towards the pocket. Morris jumped from behind. Boyd was in there. That's going to be incorrect disposal. Hewitt worked hard minutes ago. He was in the centre square. A thankful kick. Perhaps. He's got the goal. It's on again. A point the difference.
He's had a good last quarter. He had a quiet first three. He was one of 5 debutants that John Longmire played in the opening game of the year. You're up there looking for Saturday night footy. 3 of them are playing today. He's played nearly every match. He's made a contribution in this last quarter.
Just reinvigorated their whole list, the way they brought those debutants in. Good job.
Remarkable day. They couldn't nail their set shots earlier today. Franklin nails one, Hewitt nails one, back to a point. Gee, it's close. It might be pointless. Is it? Is the ball completely over?
Well, he missed. There's a fat bit missed anyway. I keep saying that.
Is he touched?
Yeah, I reckon it's just
Review
over.
complete. The score is a behind. The ball was touched.
Not completely across the line, I would say.
Dropping the ball. Boyd took the advantage and played on from inside the centre square. Boyd's kicked the goal. Boyd's kicked the goal from inside the centre. Fuck! I can't believe that. Boyd has kicked the goal.
McLean. It's simply icing on the cake. What a day. McLean will kick virtually on the siren. He misses, but they don't miss out. Their day, their year, their joy.
This is yours, mate. You deserve it more than anyone.
Amazing scenes. There's 2 to tango, of course, and Sydney played its heart out, and you can see what it means to Benny McLean and Teddy Richards there. And for Kieren Jack, hobbled and wounded. Parker was sore. Franklin lifted, had the ankle injury. They've had a wonderful season. Franklin's been in 4 of the last 5 grand finals. Hannebery, the courage he showed, but not the first time on grand final day.
Yeah, look, firstly, just a huge congratulations. You know, Luke Bedford, Easton Wood, Bulldogs boys. You know, it's been a really even competition all year. You guys play footy the right way, so well congratulated today. Now, boys, we couldn't get the job done, but we'll be back. We're going nowhere. Thanks to all the fans for turning up. We're sorry we couldn't get the job done.